Whew, we are back.
We're back. This is wow, episode number 127 of My Cup of Tea.
127?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. Almost to 130. I don't know if there's a special number or special, title for 130 in particular. But
Would there be? What's
I don't
130?
I don't know.
Shouldn't be 150 milestone.
130, 140, 150. I don't know. I don't know. It seems important. It seems vital. I don't know. You never know these things.
I feel like the audience is expecting a reveal right now, and I have nothing. 24-hour stream, finally.
No, not at all. But yeah, so this is crazy. This is a bit of a late night stream. And we were just coming off Marvel's Hall H panel. Literally minutes ago, they finished up the panel with some crazy reveals, crazy surprises. Nathan, the guy to my left, has not heard or read any of that news. I have been live tweeting it, reacting along the way ever since 9:05-ish p.m. Eastern time. And there's been some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff has finally dropped. I think we'll start from the craziest stuff and then work our way back.
No, go in order. Go in order of reveals.
There
must be an order. Go to the earliest tweets.
Okay.
I want to experience how Feige intended.
Okay. First up,
how the world experienced this day.
Feige set expectations from the jump, which got people upset, but he set expectations from the jump. This Hall H panel will be about 3 movies, he said.
Okay.
So 3 upcoming movies.
Okay.
Fantastic Captain America. Well, he didn't say the specific movies, but we kind of assumed the upcoming movies. But Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. 1 hour, all 3 movies, 2 surprises at the end. So that was it. So not a lot new here, but let me go through some of the Captain America reveals, if I could, Evan. I think one of the major parts that I'm trying to pull up some stuff, but I think some of the major parts that I could just go off the cuff from my memory alone is that, of course, he compares the tone of Captain America: Brave New World to everybody's favorite movie, The Winter Soldier. Just, you can't go an hour without comparing any MCU movie to The Winter Soldier. But that was that for Winter Soldier. Giancarlo Esposito's character was finally revealed. Previously, given the latest trailer, thoughts online, people were like, oh, is this George Washington Bridge from the comics? George Washington Bridge, a very military-centric character in the Captain America comics from the 1990s. No, he's not playing that character. The Serpent Society is back in Captain America Brave New World. They have not been deleted from the reshoots as was previously speculated. And Giancarlo Esposito is officially playing Sidewinder, who is the head of the Serpent Society. Let me see if I got a tweet there. I don't. I'll look for it on Discussing Film. But yeah, the head of the Serpent Society is officially Giancarlo Esposito. He said nobody had to guess his character, and he was kind of right, because I don't think anybody was kind of really assuming we'll get, we'll still be having Serpent Society. And, Feige mentioned, funnily enough, that he joked about Serpent Society 9 years earlier at,
Phase 3
announcement. The Phase 3 announcement, exactly. So he's like, it's cool to get them back in this capacity. So that's very cool. I'm trying to look up an image here.
Did any don't tell me if they're what it is, but did any videos or something drop?
Videos? Like trailers?
Like a trailer or sizzle or anything drop for anything? No, don't tell me if they're what it would be. But... No,
nothing. Nothing dropped. No sizzles. Cool. They did release a sizzle each from Cap, Thunderbolt, Fantastic Four, all to the audience. There are descriptions online that we will go through. Sidewinder. Exactly. Sidewinder is playing the King of the Serpent Society in Captain America: Brave New World. I don't see. I'm trying to look for an image of the comic book. People can look online for comic book comparisons, but like,
Sure.
you know, if you've seen the trailer, we have not officially, because you know this is our first time actually bringing back My Cup of Tea in like a month and a half, I think.
Yeah.
So we have not officially gone over the Captain America Brave New World trailer. I kind of liked it. I like the tone. I like the vibe of it. The visuals need some work, but that's for every MCU movie, so I don't really care. And yeah, we saw Giancarlo, and for me, I'm not that impressed, to be honest. Like, he seems to be playing a guy with a gun who seems badass. It's your
He's got a scowl.
He's got a scowl. It's like he's playing a Giancarlo clone, which is what I feared. You know, it works well on The Boys because at least he's trying something. He's trying something new, not new, but like, you know, the people he's opposite in The Boys, like Homelander, Victoria Newman, they're giving him something to work with, even though he is playing, you know, Gus basically. But you know, other interpretations of Giancarlo's character, you know, aka a Gus clone, hasn't been that impressive in other movies and TV shows. And this one looks pretty samey. Hopefully, he surprises me. I'm gonna go in with low expectations of his character, but for me, I'm just hoping Giancarlo surprises me, giving me something new from his character.
That said, he's never bad.
He's never bad. Exactly. He's never bad. He's just like, oh, it's Gus.
Yeah, I like what you do. Just, you know,
I like what you do. It's like somebody mentioned, like, I want him to work with Spike Lee again, because Spike Lee, you know, it was the Do the Right Thing, you know, anniversary recently, and people are like, man, I want Giancarlo to do something goofy or something crazy, unorthodox like that again. You know, that was all the way in 1990s.
So film a Nick Cage, see what happens. Right?
Yeah, maybe Giancarlo can be in Long Legs too. You never know. That'd be fun.
There's a comment. I'm not going to look because I something Doom ... and I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, so Giancarlo, Tim Blake Nelson teased that they have written a great story for the leader in Captain America: Brave New World. It's been 16 years. Tell us about him now. That's what he's been saying. He's really excited for people to see the leader. Big thing is a clip from Captain America: Brave New World showed Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross directly talking about the Celestial coming out of Earth. And this is where things get interesting, Nathan, because they officially revealed adamantium will be introduced in the MCU with Celestials being made out of them.
Whoa.
This was a famous theory I heard, like, you know, ever since Eternals came out. I was talking to Jalen about this, or I was tweeting Jalen about this. Like, Eternal DNA is so vital in the comic books because, like, Eternal DNA or Celestial DNA, you know, created the mutants. People have been theorized, are we getting adamantium? There was the whole, you know, reference in Falcon and Winter Soldier where they go to, what's it called? It starts with the M. Madripoor. So people had, like, you know, Weapon X theories, especially with the route that Thunderbolts is going about people being government, you know, these people who have been, you know, not attacked by the government, but just like government experiments. That seems to be the running theme for Thunderbolts, at least earlier. And so people thought like that's what's going to be happening. So Weapon X, Thunderbolts, Celestials, Adamantium, all coming together in as Phase 5 continues. Right? Around Phase 5. Yeah. So Adamantium is officially confirmed, and this is cool for me. I like this. You know, this is of course Feige cleverly throwing a little seed into the MCU in terms of adamantium, jump-starting the Wolverine thing. You know, this is a spoiler podcast, so if you have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, we're going to talk spoilers about that later on. But even though adamantium is just starting to come out with Celestial DNA and Captain America, Thunderbolts, my main thing is just give us Daphne Keane. It's that easy. It's not even a spoiler because she's in the trailer for Deadpool Wolverine. But yeah, it's right there. You don't need to like tease how are they going to get a future Logan in 10 years from now. Just bring on Daphne Keane. I think Feige can't be that idiotic. And I know Feige loves bringing back characters all the time. So you know,
I
can't give
remember
us new characters.
I remember they had that Easter egg in She-Hulk of like a man with claws getting some bar fight in one of like the computer tabs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, damn, did he just get out of the experiment?
Yeah. I think if I could hope people forgot about that. Or just a funny Easter egg.
Yeah, it's very bad. It's not consequential at all.
Exactly.
Inconsequential.
So that was it.
Hey,
So yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
that's
Instance.
adamantium.
Quite a bit of adamantium to work with.
Exactly. So you're excited about that overall? Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It's a really cool idea. I'm happy that people can stop moaning about like they've done nothing with the Celestial in the oceans. Like, motherfucker, it's not been that long.
Yeah. And then Harrison Ford turned into the Red Hulk right in front of the White House while giving a speech in the same clip as well.
That'll be interesting because I'm not super familiar with any storyline with Red Hulk. Like I've seen his imagery plenty of times, but I don't know if like Ross is like in control as the Red Hulk or not.
The way he turned into it in the middle of the speech, the way that description runs, it seems like he might have
Like
control of some kind. What's that?
Like he willingly would do it.
Yeah, like a willingness to do it.
I'll be captivated just to see like that storyline because it's like Ross finally getting that thing that he always starts off every Hulk iteration. Like he wants his power, now he has it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. There's been some better descriptions of the trailers online. Let me see if I can find some while I finish talking. But besides that, after Captain America, they moved on to what was the next one? Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts came out. They brought their whole cast out. It was very fun. They brought out what's his name? Guy from Stranger Things.
His name.
David
Cornswell.
something.
No.
David
Harbour.
David Harbour, thank you. David Harbour was the only one in like an outfit. He was like with his accent coming out. He was like, yeah, nobody else came out in their costumes. That was a thing. Sebastian Stan said Florence Pugh delivered his favorite performance of the movie in this movie. He said
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, we're shocked.
I mean, nothing against the cast. I love the cast, but like, Florence's.
Yeah. So again, he says she delivered the standout performance in Thunderbolts. He did say, though, on playing Bucky in the MCU is like having 9 lives. How many are left?
Don't do that. Don't leave.
People are like, and I said the funniest thing Feige could do is kill off Winter Soldier in a Thunderbolts movie.
No.
Not that it matters anymore.
Maybe post Secret Wars retirement, but I don't think
the way they killed off certain characters in like Secret Invasion. I'm like, I'm not surprised they just kill off Winter Soldier at this rate. They're just offing side characters left and right in Secret Invasion, so now they can just off Winter Soldier in a Thunderbolts movie.
No, that's a little. That's a
little what? Is that a bit much?
A little extreme. I think they probably heard hey, don't do that.
Yeah. So let's see here. He says about the asterisk, the weird asterisk. Kevin Feige still refuses to disclose what the hell it means. He does clarify that the Thunderbolts group in this movie is not named after Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. So they are not named after Ross, who is now the president of the United States as of Captain America 4. So we'll have to wait and see. We got word from Ghost, played by Hannah John Common, who teases that her character, how her character functions physically with other characters will be interesting. And from the people who saw her in the footage from San Diego Comic-Con, they say she is really cool. I liked Ghost a lot. I just didn't love Ant-Man and the Wasp a lot.
Sure.
I think the movie is fine, but it's not really memorable to me. But the villain had a lot of potential. I liked her vulnerability towards the end of the movie. She's kind of like an unwilling antagonist at times, with her very cool powers. So I'm very interested to see if they can give us more from her in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, bring back Lawrence Fishburne for that father-daughter dynamic.
Oh, were they? Oh, yeah, because she used to work for him, right? Or were they really father-daughter?
Lawrence was a SHIELD agent at the time, found her after her whole origin mishap, and then took her in.
Got it. Thanks for the clarification. So breaking down the footage, it centers around a Black Ops extraction mission for Bob, who is Sentry, played by what's his name? Pullman. Let's see here if I can find.
Not Stephen Yeun anymore, right?
No, yeah, Stephen Yeun's been gone. What's his name? I can't find him on this account. But the guy who plays Bob, he was in Top Gun Maverick. Not a major character in Top Gun Maverick, but
I see.
You know him. Yeah, I think his name was Bill Pullman. Not Bill Pullman, but
Hank.
But anyways, Bob is depicted as being bulletproof. Bucky washes his arm in a dishwasher. Rocky gave it back, I guess they say. Let's see here. I saw another trail. Let me see if I can go on my other account here. I found like another version of that I liked. And what was interesting, it seems like they all don't know. They all fall into some kind of trap, is what I heard, basically.
It's like they fall into a trap individually, and that's where they meet?
Yeah, they go to some, I think, so Florence Pugh, Yelena, goes to visit her father, played by David Harbour. They, banter back and forth, and then they meet the other members of the team at this other extraction site, and that's when things get crazy. That's when Bob, playing the Sentry, appears. I guess they shoot at him because then they say like he is bulletproof. So that's what they have there. Let me see here. Yeah, Ghost has a new costume. Yelena visits Red Guardian. All the Thunderbolts are individually assigned to the same job, but it's a setup. And that's like the basic tease that they just give us. So that was Thunderbolts. Again, I'm not super excited for Thunderbolts. I'm once again similar to the character of Giancarlo. I hope it surprises me. I hope this movie surprises me. I'm here for Yelena. I'm here for some more Yelena action. I'm still pissed they didn't give us a Yelena and Kate. Where is Kate Bishop? Ever since Hawkeye, I miss. I miss.
Well, we got her in Miss Marvel a little bit. It was nice, or the Marvels and post credit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We got the Marvels post credit. That was very fun. Setting up the Young Avengers. Oh, Nathan, before all this, by the way, let me make sure no news dropped while we're doing the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing has dropped, so I'm not going crazy. But people were going crazy because before this podcast dropped, or before the panel started, film updates and discussing film were saying like new Instagram accounts are posted titled Young Avengers, Scarlet Witch, and X-Men versus Avengers. Spoiler alert: none of those things happened.
Somebody just made these.
I assume somebody made those so it can get picked up by a lot of trades and nerds like us.
You had me hooked for a second. I was like, "Nani?"
Yeah, but everybody else was like, "Are they really going to?" And for me, I'm like, Young Avengers makes sense. Scarlet Witch, we've heard rumors about for a while now. But X-Men versus Avengers,
I think that would only like happen in like a fun multiverse Secret Wars subplot, not like.
I think it can happen in an actual movie. I think that's an eventuality. It has to happen eventually.
Yeah, I just mean like if it were to be announced as coming soon, I think that's like, wow, that's quick.
Exactly, because that's way too soon. So I was like, people are like, "Oh shit, does that mean?" I'm like, no. Like they haven't introduced X-Men. It's like introducing Captain America and announcing Captain America's Civil War. It's like it can't happen. One and the two, they need more space. So that was just a fun thing leading up to the panel that people were just going crazy about. But that was Thunderbolts. So what is your excitement level for Thunderbolts?
Honestly, I'm kind of like, even though I am familiar with all the characters, I am kind of treating it the same way of like going into a lot of like unknown Marvel properties at the time. Like I didn't have really much expectations when I went to go see the first Guardians or Ant-Man. But then I walked out and I was like, hey, I really like these characters. I really like this world, this side of the universe. I'm totally down for this. So very much big open mind, and I do like the espionage style of the MCU that we hang around on. So I think it'll be fun regardless, whatever the outcome is.
I missed something. I was about to just go straight into Fantastic Four, but I forgot that part of the other trailer, part of the other news was that let's see here, Val. Where is it at? I just had it. I missed it. Where'd I put it? Oh, I'm dumb.
Val becomes Red She-Hulk. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Julie Dreyfus on Valentina. Valentina's after power, control, and I would say just generally she wants to kick ass in the Marvel universe. Alongside this note, people said in the teaser they think they saw Val and other members in what looks like Avengers Tower.
Tower. That was sold.
Exactly. And people are wondering, was it sold to Valentina? Or is she taking it somewhere? Does Feige even know anymore?
I imagine like a Lucasfilm story group, they have tabs on these ideas.
Yeah, probably just wait and see. This happened like what, in Far From Home? So when was Far From Home, 2019?
It happened in Homecoming. It was 2017.
Oh, you're right. They were moving out in Homecoming. Yeah.
Moving out then.
Jesus Christ. It's going to be 10 years. People, like, that building's still just going to be vacant for 10 years.
We've been in the compound upstate since 2017.
That's crazy.
2016 even.
Yeah. I swear they originally had an idea, probably scrapped it. Because it feels way too long.
I mean, like for the longest time, it was like, will it be Oscorp? Will it be Kingpin? Will it be
Doom,
the Baxter Building?
Yeah, the Baxter Building. So that was very exciting. So I just think the funniest thing would be like giving it to Val. Again, I'm not excited for Thunderbolts, and I've never been moved by Julia Dreyfus's Val character. She was the weakest part of Black Panther 2. She did nothing for me in Falcon and Winter Soldier. What else was she in? Was she in Hawkeye?
No, she is the post-credit scene of Black Widow, which sets up Hawkeye.
Black Widow, which sets up Hawkeye. Okay, I knew it was something related to Hawkeye. But yeah, it's like she's done nothing for me.
She just kind of been like showing up to, grab a new thread to connect for her bigger plan that we don't know.
Why does she want Hawkeye dead?
Honestly, like her total runtime has got to be what, 5 minutes?
5, probably, yeah. And then she's there talking to, Agent, what's
Ross.
his name? Agent Walker? No, the guy,
Walker?
The villain from Cap in Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's where she was introduced.
Yeah. So, and he teased his character like people will really like me this time, which I think was sarcasm. On his part, because people do not like his character and his redemption arc he got at the end or something of the show. Nathan's favorite Disney Plus show. I should let him do the talking.
It's good Disney Plus. I mean, yeah, you can tell a story of him putting his best foot forward, learning from. He helped in the final battle in a good way.
He sure did. Fantastic Four was next. Matt Shankman joined the stage. He says it is a 60s inspired retro futuristic New York, which goes alongside everything we've been seeing. And I have something to share screen once I remember to do that. Because we have a poster, Nathan.
Poster. Ooh.
Poster. This one? Sorry. Nope. This one.
One second. The fuck? Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, take your time. So yeah, Fantastic Four was the second one. There we go. Nathan, title is First Steps.
Oh.
I'm not the biggest fan of the title.
Ew, not you. But, I'm kidding. It's I'm not. It's look. I've run into many a time where I have had the title for a minute and then like they have a subtitle and I'm like, but you have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
this is very much the feeling of like drop the just Facebook. It's cleaner. And the Fantastic Four is like that's enough. Yeah, the other ones didn't have the and I'll take it here.
Yeah. Did the other OG ones that we just watch our commentaries?
They are called Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and Four Stick or Fantastic.
This one could have been called The Fantastic Four or Marvel Studios The Fantastic Four. Like,
yeah.
First steps. Like
this sounds like a early production title. This sounds like a
what's it called?
Like a first draft script.
Exactly. Yeah. And for me, it's the same vibe with Daredevil, Born Again, Spider-Man, Homecoming. It's like we don't need a little attach a subtitle to reference this is the first. This is a brand new take, right? Spider-Man Homecoming because he's back in the MCU. Daredevil Born Again because he's back in the MCU. Fantastic Four First Steps because they're back in the MCU. It's like we don't need a title to reference the fact that they're in the MCU now. They're in a fresh new world. We get it.
You have the Marvel Studios signature.
We have Marvel Studios signature. We don't need it. Daredevil Born Again makes the most sense out of those because it's a title. Even then, it's like you kind of already did it in season 3. Anyways,
I don't know if this is just like a thing to like separate from past like things. So like when like you're searching for said media, you're like differentiating to this one. So you have to have keywords and like the searches.
It totally is. It's a way to differentiate themselves, make them seem unique. But for me, it's too extra. First Steps just seems like a baby's first steps. If he was weird.
I mean, if they were to like frame the movie in like the same way of like the idea of like space race moon landing, except here it's a bit more of the cosmic realm that Reed explores and is like the first steps into.
I think that's what they're going for. Again, it is it is 60s, it is futuristic, which goes in line with the fact that this is not the MCU. They're in a completely alternate dimension. We talked about that in previous podcasts. So yeah, and again, they are the heroes of their world. I don't think that was described in the event itself, but yeah. I'll stop sharing unless I want to share another poster because this was the first of 3 posters today.
3 posters.
No poster for the other 2 movies for Thunderbolts and.
We got 3 Fantastic Four posters.
Exactly. No. So
what?
No, there's 2 posters. You'll see the other 2.
Oh, for other things.
For other things, Nathan. Other things, Nathan.
Avengers.
So early sizzle footage was Future Foundation TV footage.
Wait, stop. Hold on. Stop. I gotta. Okay. Future Foundation.
Future Foundation. The group that was.
I'm sorry. You're describing footage from Fantastic Four.
Yes, I am.
Okay, I thought this was like a new project. I was like, there's a fucking another one. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they're making a Future Foundation movie. No, Future Foundation TV footage of Reed hosting a 60s kids show lecturing about, 60s Mr. Wizard kids show lecturing about parallel dimensions. We see the eyes of Galactus lean into the window of the Baxter building. And from other descriptions, it looks like, it's a big Galactus. He seems like comic accurate Galactus.
Yeah.
Leaning into the window of the Baxter building, 60s documentary footage of Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben as astronauts preparing for the space launch, close-ups of their retro blue suits and helmets, the fantastic car flying through an alternate universe Manhattan, and then Reed, Johnny, and the Thing as bachelors on the dating game.
That's cool.
All of this footage was shot on a soundstage with the kind of found footage WandaVision 60s charm. The actors already have strong takes on their roles, said this person. I'm looking at new rock stars, by the way. Pedro Pascal especially brings a delightful Professor Frank energy as Reed. New rock star says he's honestly perfect. I didn't have any doubts. I was just like, cool. I think me and you were the most optimistic about Pedro as Reed. Everybody was like, oh boy.
Optimistic than you.
What?
Even then, I was more optimistic than you were.
Yeah, and because you know me. But like, because again, it's just like, oh, the hottest actor in Hollywood is Reed. So what a surprise. But also people have been hating on his performance as Joel in Last of Us, but I couldn't disagree more. They were mixed on his performance in Wonder Woman, so people were like, is Pedro all that? So I'm just like, yeah, he's still a consistently great actor. I think his best performance is probably Mandalorian season 3, but it's good. Um, sarcasm, baby.
How did he not take off the helmet once?
He was not on set. He was filming Last of Us.
How did we do this?
But yeah, and they start filming on Tuesday. They have not filmed a lick of this. People are like, how are they? What did the footage look like? They said it was all like pre-roll footage. You know, if you see like
on set,
yeah, or on set, or it was just like
sizzle reel.
Sizzle, and the fact that they didn't step in, they haven't filmed a lick of this movie yet. But if you watch like ILM videos or whatever, like the way that Jon Favreau does movies, like it's computer generated, then he just has the actors, act and do the movie. So it's like I assume what they saw was like computer generated or pre-roll, like because they have the actors already. They all did like the digital stuff already. So it's like I assume test screenings. Yeah, I assume it's just like they put their likeness on these actions. So none of this has actually been filmed or anything like that. But anyways, we only see the thing's silhouette as he's lit from behind, but the proportions look good. Yeah, he says, it looks like we're going to get a bit of Eben Moss Bacharach from The Bear, The Thing, as the astronaut before the cosmic rays. That's speculation on his part. That's speculation, but I would honestly like that. Get as much Eben as possible. It makes a lot of sense. They had a floating Fantastic car coming through Hall H. I'll share that right now as well.
That's cool.
Let me share. Here's the image. I think there's a video, but I can't find that right now. But that's the image right there.
Oh, cool.
They had a Fantastic car. It was like coming around on stage.
It's super blue.
So that very blue.
It's like it's kind of like it looks like a vintage car. And which is interesting because I was looking at the designs of like a lot of vintage cars, like as they were like constantly like designing new ones, and I was like, it does feel like they're going for a very futuristic look whenever they would make a vintage car models like one after another. You got like a sense of like thrusters on the back and shit like that, which is really cool.
Very cool.
So it like honestly is a perfect choice to go with that. You're already in the 60s anyway.
I agree. So stop sharing this one. Let me scroll up. So let's see, what else do we have here? So, and then that was it for Fantastic Four. At this point, it was like 950-ish, 952-ish.
Well, wait.
Feige confirms the Fantastic Four will be returning in 2026 for the next Avengers movie.
Well,
and 2027. So they're going to be in both Avengers movies. They will be central to the plot, I assume.
Avengers 5 and 6.
Avengers 5 and 6. And speaking of Avengers 5 and 6, the Russo brothers are confirmed directing the next two Avengers movies. They came out on stage. They said, honestly, we poured a lot of our passion and heart into Infinity War and Endgame. We honestly thought that would be our end to doing Avengers movies. But when they heard news of Secret Wars, things changed. So let's pop open that new poster. We got a poster for the 2027 Avengers movie.
Is this just is the title reveal?
Yeah. It's the title. Avengers Secret Wars, May 2027. And
looks nice.
You can bet your ass this poster will be changed in the next 3 years. As is always the case.
I see it every time.
Yeah.
I saw Thor Ragnarok.
I was just about to say Thor Ragnarok is probably the most famous one because it was like so hardcore. We're like, Thor Ragnarok! And then
it was like Ragnarok.
Yeah, and then you get to the movie and it's just more like a retro kind of thing. Which is very cool. So this confused me because I'm like, why are they talking about Secret Wars in 2027? We have no news on 2026, which has been the most up and down one. The one that we were supposed to have Kang Dynasty on. What
the heck
is happening?
Do tell me, Evan, have they pivoted to Secret Wars Part 1 and 2?
They pivoted.
Oh, shit. What's that? Oh, hold on. Now I'm scared.
They
Have I lost
pivoted.
my Kang story?
Fuck, I can't find my I can't find the poster. Give me a second.
So sorry, that's for 2027, but
Keep talking.
2026.
I'll look for it. Keep talking. So yeah, 2027 was the Avengers 6 movie, Secret
Right.
Wars.
But Avengers
Russos
5
are confirmed to be coming out.
Mhm.
Avengers 5 is
Now, I will
coming.
say, I know we've even like talked about this before, and it's like, we may have talked off air, but like we've addressed like obviously the Russo brothers is a safe choice, but I cannot deny, Evan, you just like bringing up the news of the confirmation, just the fact that there is rolling development on Avengers, did get me really excited. I'm excited to get back to the big old scale Avengers.
Yeah, but before I review Avengers 5, I'm not too upset about the Russos returning. It's the safe choice. Feige is Mr. Safe.
Mr. Sinister.
He is. He's Mr. Sinister / safe. Recently so. Like, Marvel was born off of creating risks. Like Guardians of the Galaxy was a crazy pitch. Nobody would have guessed that.
I remember it was kind of a risk at the time.
Obviously, yes, that's the biggest one. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so that was Iron Man, Guardian of the Galaxy. I feel like recently he just hasn't taken that much risk. Maybe he's I don't want to say that director wise, it's still up and down. He either gets a brand new director or a safe director. There's no like in between. It's kind of hard to describe there. But then you get like your Sam Raimi's. But either way, Avengers 6, Secret Wars, Russos, very excited. And this is the big one that got people talking.
Oh boy, you built this up a lot, Evan. I'm very excited to see what it's gonna be. I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click the share screen. All right.
Click the share screen.
All right, here we go. What?
Doomsday.
That's a DC villain. You can't trick me. April Fools, I see you. What is this? Is this a storyline?
Avengers 6. I don't think so.
Avengers 5.
Avengers 5 is officially coming out May 2026. Doctor Doom.
Oh, Doctor Doom.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not finished, Nathan. The job's not finished.
My dumbass was sitting there and I was like, it's green. Is it World War Hulk?
Job's not finished, Nathan.
Job's not finished.
This is not the craziest thing of the night.
What do you mean? Well, you just said Doom. Hold on. Did we get a Doom casting?
We did get a Doom casting.
Is it?
How can I reveal this to you? Yes.
You know what? Do it for a share screen. Before I pull it up, I will give my guess of who was cast.
I think I'll do this one. There's a couple. There's a video. There's a video. Wait, where's the video one at? I thought I had the video on my likes.
You gotta use bookmark bar, man.
What?
You gotta use bookmarks.
I funny enough, I did have a bookmarked. I was bookmarking it after the fact. I didn't realize which one's going to be important.
Earlier we got a comment. I saw some Doom, so I presumed there might have been casting. I didn't read who though. He said.
Yeah, I'll just do a discussing film. That's the easiest one. Let's share this shit. Let's talk about it because I have thoughts. I have thoughts on Doomsday itself.
Is this a video?
No, it's not the video. I couldn't find the official unveiling video, but here we go.
Oh, okay. So this is the casting. This is who's playing Doom?
This is who's playing Doom. He's in the suit.
All right. Survey says Cillian Murphy. No, it's not. Is it? Who is that?
Zoom and enhance.
Zoom and enhance. Let me fucking full screen this. Who am I looking at? Oh, it's a classic Doom look. Is that Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr. is officially back.
Wait. I was fucking with you. That's actually Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
Why? Are you telling me? I'm sorry. I have to fucking wrap my head around. Are you telling me Avengers Doomsday is going to be a Tony variant Doom?
Yep.
That's actually dead ass.
Somebody
God.
said he's officially called Victor Von Doom. But obviously he's a Tony variant who's going by Victor Von Doom.
Which like I could definitely see like the route of like diverging in path, but like holy shit.
Holy shit. And I was like instantly conflicted here. Because
but honestly, like I kind of commend how like random of a turn that is.
This is Robert.
New mask. Same task. What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
I mean, I would have passed out in the hall.
Yeah, I would have been losing it. Yeah, it would have been like the Rise of Skywalker reaction.
Yeah, it's like a reaction. Oh, what's going on?
I would have had the Carson reaction, like, wait, that's cool, but also, huh?
I don't think you'd be as lost in despair.
No, not at all.
Okay, so
wow. So this is a lot. Let me get, because I reacted on Twitter. I told the chat my thoughts. What are your thoughts here? Victor Von Doom is coming in 2 years.
Okay. So that's what alarmed me a bit. I was like, that's too quick to do Doom. This seems really odd. But if this is, as presuming, a Tony variant going down a dark path and taking on a mantle called Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, that's kind of compelling. I mean, yes, it's not like the traditional Doom, but I can see us going to a more traditional Doom down the Fantastic Four road as we all wanted. This being a big, like, oh fuck, one of the most brilliant minds in the multiverse of Tony Stark under the mindset of Dr. Doom. That's a compelling story, especially in the idea of variants and like threats.
Yeah, I would agree. And continuing on the pro side of it all, it does make sense. People all classically compare Doom to Downey or to Tony by saying like Doom is Tony Stark with no morals, right? Like, Tony as a character, comics, movies, books, TV shows, classically has an arc. Asshole to good guy. That's your simple Tony Stark arc. Doom, while most recent comics have been appearing with him as like, saving the world or having like an anti-hero-esque personality, classically Doom is just an a-hole dark character. Often out for revenge, evil and nefarious stuff. Very, very smart. Again, Tony without the morals, without the arc, without the love. But Doom is a complicated character. So he's not just like Darth Sidious, for example. Right. He's more so like a Vader-esque character. He is evil, he is bad to the bone, whatever. But he's also very layered when it comes to protecting his country, protecting his people, and again, because he's more of a leadership governmental role. While also wanting to control the world, because his vision for the world of a prosperous world will be better under his control than anybody else's. That kind of Secret Wars 2018 dynamic where he literally took over the world, created a whole new multiverse under his control. God Emperor Doom, right? But and that's a pro of it all. And though this is a Tony variant, I assume my hypothesis is he will appear towards the end. He'll be in the Fantastic Four new movie. He's a Doom with that movie, maybe. Again, people are saying he's called Victor Von Doom, so he's not like Tony Stark gone bad. He's just that's who Doom in that other multiverse is just played by Downey, and whoever Tony is in that universe, played by Tom Cruise or whatever. It's a completely different actor. So in this universe, Downey is Doom, and I'm interested to see his interpretation. He's coming off an Oscar, having people are like, the Academy gave him an Oscar, and the buzz was he's doing something not in the MCU. He's back to being RDJ that we know and love from Zodiac, Chick Chick Bang Bang, that kind of shit. But now he's back. Now he wants the bag back. The MCU back. I'm kidding.
I will say, though, every time he has been playing Tony in the MCU, as much as it is like the character, again, it's like he's never phoned it in once. He has always turned in a great performance as Tony. He's always brought heart to it with every installment, especially if you look at Civil War and Infinity War Endgame. Like that trajectory was great.
Arguably one of his best scenes in Endgame when he comes back in the prologue saying like, "Where were you, Cap?" Like, right? Like he was like,
I love that scene
when he's
so
like,
much.
when he's skinny, he's like he just going off and he tears his heart out.
That pretty much everything from like the interrogation room in Civil War to the end, he's still like on all cylinders. He's great, and we've seen like what he can do with a character like Strauss, which is so fucking compelling. Like he's almost like on even footing with Killing in that movie. Just like this is a movie that's 90% talking, and you're hooked for 3 hours.
He's brilliant as Strauss.
Yeah, and I can believe like the idea of him going like portraying Doom. Not only can Robert do it, it's going to be so compelling to watch.
So compelling. So I'm excited on that end. I trust Robert Downey Jr. to give me a great performance. He never misses, basically. Recently, I never saw Doolittle, but you know.
All right.
I forgot you saw that.
Yeah, and I think what was it, in the midst of
COVID, right?
I think it was coming. Lockdown, slightly back open. I'm one of 3 people in the Dolby Cinema for Doolittle.
Dolby to see Doolittle. That's great.
It was there. I was like, all right, let me go. But I will say, Evan, in regards to this, I imagine we're doing Doomsday, and then the next one, the following year, is Secret Wars. It's probably going to be the Doom Secret Wars storyline.
Yep.
Which means we seem to have thrown the Kang story out the window.
Yes.
Which I have been vocal about not wanting to do.
I agree. I'm with you on that. But before we get on the Kang stuff, because I totally agree. I want to give you the con. The reason I'm conflicted about this, and I wasn't over the moon about this, I was really hoping we get an in-universe Doom character. Or if not in-universe, or at least, because we come up with the multiverse theory of that, like Doom, just like Fantastic Four, going from their 60s multiverse, maybe Galactus eats it and they have to come to the MCU now. And that's how we meet them.
I think my theory was like they had to leave their world. They come into a place where we have a Doom who's functioning well, but then Reed kind of steals the thunder. The jealousy develops.
Exactly. So either, and that would have been a great theory as well. But for me, I was hoping for an original Doom. And this is a complaint I've been levying against the Marvel Universe for a while now, where it's like, when it comes to Feige, these big, major, important characters, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, we never had our Peter Parker fight against them from his universe. They all came out from the other universe. And not only that, they were played by the same people we saw 10 years ago. In the Raimi villains. We never got an OG Octopus. We never got an original Octopus, original Green Goblin, whatever. Deadpool Wolverine comes around. We're getting Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. That one is fair. You know, plus I haven't seen the movie. It makes sense. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, electric chemistry. We'll get to that in a bit. But it's like whenever we get these major new characters, Feige has this idea in his head where it's like nobody can do it better than them. And I'm just like, and he recently said this about Wolverine, which is why I've been saying, like, if you want to do like the whole nobody can do it better than them, bring back Daphne Keane because nobody can do it better than her. But anyways, when it comes to this, I was really hoping for an original Doctor Doom. The Adam Driver rumors from years ago would have been cool. You know, just Cillian Murphy, like you said, that was rumored. That would have been really cool as well. But like, I just wanted an original Doctor Doom. I wanted a character that can grow with this growing phase, this new phase of Marvel. As we leave the Secret Wars behind and enter the mutant saga or whatever, and Mutant Saga alongside the Fantastic Four saga, because I imagine just like Doctor Strange appeared in his movie, then was automatically in Infinity War and Endgame, and he's got his own sequel. I imagine Fantastic Four is going to be the same way. As we enter the Mutant Saga, they would have come off their original movie, 2 Avengers movies, and then can spread out and grow alongside the X-Men. And that'd been really cool. And I wanted Dr. Doom to be the same way. He's a very important, one of my favorite Marvel characters. Him and Magneto are just so deliciously complicated. And I love their dynamic with him and Reed, being with Dr. Doom, him and Reed, and his tenacity, his motivations, like his creepy nature. Like, again, it's like an evil Tony Stark without the morals. And I wanted to see that grow over time.
Yeah.
The way we're getting it now, it seems like, again, it not even seems like, it definitely is a multiversal take on the character. He'll be probably teased at the end of Fantastic Four, maybe. But either way, he's going to be in Avengers. The first one, at least. Majorly so. And then it probably majorly so in Secret Wars. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be like a Thanos kind of thing or something. But for me, it's just, it's boom, boom, boom. Are they going to be... And then they're probably going to kill off this Tony Stark variant at the end of Secret Wars and then see it in a new Doctor Doom. I don't know. Yeah. It's just... I just wanted the original Doom.
Yeah, here's the thing. Is real quick. Yeah, I would like to see them pair with Marcus McFeely. It's a very good pairing.
For both Avengers movies?
Maybe. I mean, they're very well done. I just
you think they'll have different interpretations of their movies again?
Yeah, I hope they know how time travel works now that they wrote. But yeah, with here, this is so Fantastic Four comes out next year?
Yes, May
of next year. Cool. 2026 is Doomsday.
Correct.
And 27 is Secret Wars.
Correct.
Okay,
May.
And that's the big thing here is the very quick turnaround of this huge villain. I mean, yes, granted, we had Ultron once.
And people don't talk about him.
Right? Because, even on the first outing, it's like, it was only the second appearance of Loki. But damn, Hiddleston's so good.
and that was different. Because look, that's a great comparison. Because Loki was so freaking good as Loki in Thor, and then boom, he's in Avengers. Like, I think were they a year apart? Yes. But Loki was the main villain of Thor. The main villain. You had your Iron Sentry thing at the end there, but it's like Loki was the main villain.
In fairness, when you look at the first Avengers, it's like the big fight is New York City.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
big scale, but small scale.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, he was also working for Thanos at the time. But that's like the big kickoff too. Is like we're leading to Thanos. Thanos is coming. Great. We're not like developing his character too deeply. He had like a couple scenes in Guardians with speaking lines, which is cool. And we really didn't even get to like the meat and bones of Thanos as being such a cool character until Infinity War itself. And you were just like, holy shit, look at this guy go. And I have no doubt. And I have no doubt that not only will they showcase the great power of Doom, but also Robert delivering the hell out of these lines in a maniacal way. It's just like it really is like a stun to be going to such a big event like Secret Wars, especially when, as you said, it's like God Emperor level Doom, when we haven't engaged with Doom, and by the time we will, if he is established in the first Fantastic Four, that is a 2 to 3 year turnaround for the entire arc.
Yeah, again, you're right. Like, what kind of arc? And I know Robert automatically said, I love playing complicated characters. So I expect him to have some layers to him, but it's just like, I'm not that confident in getting him in boom, Doomsday for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then boom, in Secret Wars, 2.5 hours. And that's probably going to be it. And I'm just like, I wanted Doom to last longer than that. And he's not if he was the main villain of Fantastic Four coming out next year, that would have been great. And the reason they're casting him and releasing this info now, as Fantastic Four starts to film, he's probably going to be in the movie in some capacity. and again, that's my theory, is he's going to be in the movie and make the journey to our MCU with them in some capacity. But like,
I will say, benefit of the doubt, if they are playing up an arc of this is a variant Tony, the idea of multiple Avengers who knew Tony being in this grand arc, trying to reconcile with this Tony Stark and like trying to like break down the ideas of like such the great person Tony Stark became the greatest hero the MCU has ever known by that point, the one who defeated Thanos, gave his life, self-sacrifice, and trying to break through that to this version. Because even like going in, our brains are like, this isn't like Doom, this is Tony Doom. So if you have that pre-establishment built up from like already coming in from a tragic fall angle and trying to get through to that character and try to break through to their humanity, in that sense, that is a very compelling story.
it is. But my, counter argument, devil's advocate here, the people that knew Tony best are gone for the most part, besides Spider-Man.
We got Happy.
Yeah, Happy. Yeah, he's
Is Rhodey all right? Is he back?
He's working at HR. Oh God, I forgot about the way they ruined Rhodey in Secret Invasion.
I haven't. I still don't know. Is he safe? Is he all right?
They said spoiler alert for Secret Invasion. You're never gonna watch it.
I know how it is. Like their bodies are like fucking warehouse. Does he get out?
He gets out, but it's like,
Okay.
How long was he Rhodey? People say it was after Endgame. People say it was after Civil War. Either way, it's just kind of like made Rhodey as a character ick. At least
I'll just roll.
Endgame.
I'll just roll with that because it didn't seem like the biggest operation, was it?
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird. So Rhodey's gonna be probably in there. Rhodey's gonna be upset. Peter,
Hulk, probably.
Oh yeah.
Bruce?
What's his name? Bruce. Yeah.
Thor.
Were Thor and Tony close? They're friends from work. Yeah. Colleagues.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
so yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're kind of right. But I just feel like, oh no, we're fighting Tony.
I mean, if they wanted to give that,
I don't want that vibe when they're fighting Doom. I don't want the vibe to be like, it's like I want Victor Von fucking Doom.
I understand. This is quite a choice, and I feel it's like
I'm so conflicted because Robert is so good.
He's so good. I do feel I'm not gonna lie. I imagine with the Kang scare, they were worried. What can we pivot to? They know Doom is a good name recognition. And I will say, right off the bat there, that is flimsy, yes. But if they're going with what I'm trying to pitch, it's a nice leveling out of like, hey, we can actually deliver something very compelling here. In such a short term around, that is. Because they were, for quite a bit, man, since 2021 Loki Season 1, they're like, Kang is the big thing, we're coming, build it up. And now to like just suddenly shelve it, and it's like, fuck, we have like, by this point, only pushing the Avengers events 1 year out and just go.
It's jarring. So yeah, let's continue this talk now, like about the whole Kang being gone. I'm with you, man. It seems very quick. It seems, and I hate to use this, but reactive. The forget his name now. Jonathan Majors. I'm gonna say Johnny. Flame on. But the Jonathan Majors incident really effed them up. It's shocking to me that he couldn't just pull a Thunderbolt Ross and recast.
That's got to be one of the biggest, because at this point, Ross has been William Hurt in 5 projects.
Yeah.
And now it's Harrison.
And people always saw Kang in Ant-Man, which people didn't see. So I'm like, it flopped. And the only time I saw Kang was in Loki Season 2, which is a Disney Plus show. 90% of the people going to these movies, for example, 90% of the people making Deadpool and Wolverine over $200 million probably didn't see Loki Season 2. They didn't need to, at least. So it's like we only saw him in like two incidents, Loki and Ant-Man. You can still recast.
We're also in an instance where like the variant concept is such an easy out, and arguably the most popular thing you have with variants with Spider-Man No Way Home with 3 different actors playing the same character.
Exactly. How hard is it to have? Oh yeah, this guy is Kang now. Like it's shocking.
It really is funny that you kind of get the feeling that they really believe that they shot themselves in the foot with that Ant-Man post-credits of like the entire Coliseum of everybody is Jonathan Majors. But
Nobody
again,
cared.
you didn't have to stick with that.
Nobody cared. How many post-credit scenes did they just throw away? Eternals, anybody? So it's like
they're coming. We'll get there. Yeah. I know what Foggy said this weekend. Shut up.
Foggy recently said, for people now, aware of what he said this weekend, Eternals 2 is not on the docket.
However, the events of their film is bringing adamantium, so there's some relevance.
Yeah. Thank you, Celestial in the park.
I sold you on Eternals, damn it. Go back to our review.
I don't hate Eternals. It's good. It's really good. It's better than I'm trying to think of recent MCU movies. It's better than Ant-Man.
Quantum, yeah, I think so.
Is it better than Captain Marvel? I had fun with Captain Marvel. I liked Captain Marvel.
Which one? The Marvels or Captain Marvel?
Two. The Marvels.
I prefer the Marvels.
I prefer the Marvels too.
But that for the fun vibe. I like the
either way. Eternals is towards the low end, but it's still a good movie. There's still some good elements to it.
It's pretty high end in my ranking.
It's not top 12.
I think it's in my top 12.
Wow.
It's in my top 8.
Wow.
I have to check. Keep talking.
It's wow. It's how. It's now. Nathan, show me it now.
You keep quoting the Ted Raimi every time.
You're welcome. I mean, he's my idol. Growing up, I was like bowing to the altar of that guy.
Hoffman, maybe.
Exactly. Shame. Wow.
What was it? MC ranking?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have Eternals listed at number 16.
There we go. I told you it's not top 12.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh fuck yeah, that's right. Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther.
So 16 out. How many movies do they have? 30 now? You included the TV shows, didn't you, in there?
The TV shows are in here, yes. What I have? Do I have the Marvels in this ranking? Yes, I do. Yes, that was the last MCU movie, wasn't it? The Marvels.
Sure. Yes. Yes, it was last November.
Okay, yeah, I haven't put Deadpool in here, but yeah, there's 43 properties. The shows. If you were to take out the shows, it's probably 35.
Speaking of Deadpool, we're gonna talk about Deadpool and Wolverine soon. Would you want to? We just showed our ranking of the Fox Marvel movies last stream at the end of our New Mutants run. If you guys want to, watch New Mutants, you can. You can also skip to the end of our New Mutants commentary. We did a letterbox reveal of our ranking. We kind of talked it over. I'm curious where Deadpool and Wolverine would fall in that ranking.
I was thinking about it, self-reflecting, but I also waited to place it because we were going to discuss it.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can pull up the letterbox on this stream too, because I don't know where I put Deadpool and Wolverine. But either way,
the result
may surprise you. Is Nathan's number 1, but
I could make an argument for top 5. I'm not going to lie to you.
You could, but yeah. What am I going to say here? So yeah, it's just Nathan. I don't know, man. It's like
it's a lot.
The multiverse thing, it shocked them. It really did. In terms of like how oversaturated it became. I don't think the Marvel even. I think Into the Spider-Verse got into it before the MCU.
It was 2018, so yeah.
Yeah.
They were like a year away from like the different timeline in the game.
But in either way, it seems like they're kind of continuing that and getting the most emotional pathos out of that by bringing out Tony as Doom, as Victor Von Doom, right? Like as you said, the fact that he is Tony Stark will affect certain characters. You have to assume that'll be a factor in the story. I don't know how much of a factor because again, I want them to be really play up the Doom factor, not the Tony is Doom factor. Yeah. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. And then Secret Wars, of course, is all about the multiversal aspect. Different people coming together across multiverses to beat up Dr. Doom. But every movie, by the way, I'm just thinking about this now. Every movie has their, red shirts. Loki bots the Chitauri, Ultron and Ultron bots. Thanos had henchmen and those.
It was still the Chitauri.
Oh, they were okay. I was like, what are they called again? Chitauri. But they're like buffer Chitauri.
It was the full gambit, the full garrison.
Yeah, with the full garrison. What's Doom bringing to the table?
Doombots.
Like, are there Doom bots in the? I didn't know.
Yeah, there are Doombots.
There are Doom bots. So
Problem solved.
Problem solved. I was wondering, like, because previously with the whole Kang storyline, one team of Avengers fighting one King variant, others fighting another King variant. Like, you had options there, different King variants, different abilities, fighting different members of the Avengers. So we'll see how it goes. The interesting part as well, Nathan, these release dates are set. I was thinking for a while now. Actually, I shouldn't say set. There's a lot of time they can still delay these movies. Far from being set.
Not again.
But for now, let's just take it as their word for now. May 2026. Avengers Doomsday is happening. By the way, it's a great title. Way better than First Steps.
You think so?
I like Doomsday. Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh yes, it's a Doctor Doom story. I'm like, yeah, that works.
That works.
Cause I was sitting there, I was like, huh?
So yeah. But let's talk about this again. And I want to drill it home to the audience for the fifth time. We keep talking about this. The state of the Avengers.
Okay. Yes. So
let's just talk about it again, just to get people caught up. Now that we have a villain, now that we have the Russos directing it, we don't have a writers attached. I don't think.
Not that they've said. I don't think.
I think recently.
Or no. Somebody
recently came out or dropped out.
No. I'm sorry. I heard Feige had a comment about somebody writing Blade. I think.
Okay, I believe somebody dropped out of writing Avengers. Like
it was Waldron, isn't it?
Did Waldron drop out? Is he still writing Avengers?
I'm not sure.
Waldron
Maybe.
Avengers. Let me see here. Exclusive. He has left Avengers. Came from Nexus Point News. I don't see any confirmed. Stepped away. I don't see any confirmed that he stepped away.
When in doubt, search Discussing Films Twitter.
I'm looking for left. I'm looking for official like Variety. IMDb is saying he did. So I think it's still a rumor. No, it came out July 13th. That's the date everybody's coming off of.
Oh, okay. But
yeah, even 1 hour ago, Variety says Michael Waldron is still attached. At least that was according to Variety. So we'll have to wait and see. But they step in here. But yeah,
that's kind of a compelling bit because like Waldron, who was involved with the first season of Loki, setting up Kang, no longer setting up Kang.
Yeah, and that was the appeal, right? You have Waldron, who understood the concept of Loki, coming in here now, and now he's gone.
But the state of the Avengers. Now, I will say, all these three next films you state are each coming out in May, a year apart. I don't think Marvel is sticking to one film a year.
No, next year is important, and next year Cap, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Blade for now.
Which I guess Blade could be February.
Blade's November right now.
November, so that's 4 films next year.
That's 4 films next year. But again, Blade is a mess. It's not coming out next year. We know that it's not coming out next year. They would have talked about it.
Well, okay. Maybe they're just like, we're not going to talk till we have footage.
Exactly. Or they're going to talk until they have until they're fully confident.
Just fair. That's be with Time Blazer.
Yeah, it's kind of like Lucasfilm Star Wars movies, really. Like they're not officially announcing anything until they're fully confident anymore.
Oh my god! I was going through my gallery. I saw where I took a photo of the screen. It was like Rangers New Republic. Oh shit! Right next to Ahsoka, and I was like, oh, I got 50%.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, you want Shang-Chi too?
I do. I thought that was 2026. 2026 is still wide open outside of.
Good news, Evan. I don't think they'll call it Wreckage of Time anymore.
Ooh, thank God. That was a bad title. That was a toy video game title if I ever saw one.
You never played a tie-in game before? They're not great, Bob.
Not great. I'm trying to think of the best. The SpongeBob movie had a good tie-in game.
That was good. That was fun. I got stuck.
Spider-Man 3 was a good game.
I like the Spider-Man trilogy games, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
One's annoying because I can't go to the ground.
Yeah, it's like hot water.
And I'm swinging from the sky. I was like, this isn't fun.
It's weird. Yeah, not great, Bob. But yeah, no Avengers reuniting. We know in Captain America, Brave New World, we haven't talked about it on stream, but like in the movie, Ross brings up the Avengers. He says to Falcon, what's the deal with the Avengers? I was presumably the same conversation that he mentions that we see in the trailer, where he mentions like, why don't you work for me? And he says, well, what if I don't want to, basically? What if we're on a different page? And I think in that conversation, people are saying he brings up the Avengers, and the Avengers initiative and stuff like that is being brought up in that movie. So that's cool. But I don't know where that thread's going. I don't know if that'll continue. If the Avengers thread will continue in a Thunderbolts movie or Fantastic Four. I doubt it. I doubt both instances. So we could be jumping from it being mentioned in Cap 4 and then seeing an Avengers again in May in Doomsday, which seems again so wow. And how?
We got shows, right?
Shows have diminished quite a lot. So Agatha coming out later this year, September, one day after The Penguin drops on Disney Plus or on HBO Max. Penguin dropped a trailer today as well. I have not watched it yet. And then next year, Ironheart and Daredevil. Daredevil confirmed next year. Ironheart on the table. Besides that, Armor Wars is now a movie.
Right.
And
Spider-Man 4 somewhere.
Spider-Man 4 is somewhere. That could also be as rumored to begin filming early next year, maybe for a 2026 June, July release. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a Spidey film in between Secret Wars or Doomsday and Secret Wars. So we'll have to wait and see. But 2026 is shaping up to be Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, and Avengers. That'd be a great rollout. I don't know what else Marvel was thinking of. TV-wise, Vision Quest is tabled for 2026. Movie-wise, yeah, I don't know. Doctor Strange 3 is on the table. People still want a Scarlet Witch movie.
Right. This is a Wakanda series, right?
Wakanda series is coming, animated and live action. Or maybe it's just animated now.
Well, what if ever time?
What if it's still happening? X-Men 97 season 2 is coming out next year, presumably.
Probably something. Unless.
Hopefully.
Unless the classic X-Men cast come out in those colorful costumes.
Oh boy. So yeah, so still no deal on 2026 outside of Avengers. I was hoping for a slate, even though I'm not the biggest slate guy. I can give a fuck about a slate. But I just wanted Shang-Chi 2 news. Destin, what are you doing? Hopefully Naruto live action isn't keeping you up. Because you shouldn't do that either. Yeah, get away from that, Dustin.
Monkey's paw.
It is.
I need a Dustin project. Great, what is it? Oh.
It's Naruto. It's like, fuck.
Well.
So yeah, so I'm just nervous for this Avengers Doomsday. I'm nervous for the Avengers as a team leading up to it. I'm nervous for the villain. I'm just iffy on it, but you can't really doubt Downey. So the performance-wise, it's going to be great. Character-wise, the long-term longevity of the character, that's what I'm iffy on. Adamantium coming back is great. That's cool. I like that. I wonder how that's going to be incorporated. We see Falcon already like flying around the statue in the trailer. So you have to assume it's going to be playing a decent part in New World Order. So yeah, that's all my rambling thoughts right now. Do you have anything else to add? Doomsday?
You know, as 50-50 mindset as like this whole instance is, I'm still very excited. I'm very excited to see where we're going, just to see the full grand scale. Really, it's just the open-ended thing of like, how are we hopping in with all the characters? But I trust we'll have the individual films coming up to have a post-credits step into that direction, and whoever we don't tag in with their own solo, we can pick up along the way during the arc of the actual film itself. Which is
That's true. Yeah, which isn't unheard of. Just pick it up. Like Thor had a solo movie, then boom, he's in the Avengers. Like, right? Like
Infinity War, like there's no tie Black Panther has to any of the conflict. It's just like, oh, they're coming to my door. Okay.
yeah, it's like, oh, I know a place, and they're like, oh, cool. No, so great, so great. That movie, it's a good movie. I think good movie.
I like them.
Me too.
I've been having steady enjoyment since Endgame.
Yeah. Shang-Chi is still the peak. People say like the best movie since Endgame. It's still Shang-Chi reigns supreme in my mind.
It is really good.
Really good. I rewatched certain clips yesterday. I was watching Wen Wu meeting the mother. I'm just like, oh, they don't make it like this anymore. 3 years ago.
Your return.
So okay, that's our thoughts on everything from Marvel, San Diego Comic-Con. And let's jump right in to Deadpool and Wolverine. The Wolverine. Trying to get my boy Holbrook.
I'm a fan.
Pretty good. Yeah, the return of Daphne Kane.
She's back.
Full spoilers, obviously. I told Jay I'm leaving the theater. I think my favorite part of Deadpool and Wolverine, the credits were great. Love the credits. Probably the best credits, just straight up credits. The Black Panther end credits is dope, awesome. But this one has had a very, like, of course, emotional tie to it. It was funny because every reaction coming out like that Monday was like, this is a love letter. I'm like, okay, watch the movie. I'm like, did they watch it different? Like, I didn't get the love letter vibes at all. And
I started getting it a little later.
Which part?
With like our variant group that we fight with.
Yeah, the variant group. But then it's like 5 characters. Some people, some like Channing Tatum. Is that a love letter to the Fox universe if he never had a movie? I think
it is to like give him the opportunity.
Yeah, for fans, the 5% of fans that knew Channing Tatum was trying to be.
My audience lit up.
They lit up because it was Channing, or they lit up because it was Channing as Gambit.
Yes. But if you know, and he's telling you as much on screen, it's just like, oh, never got to tell the story.
Never got to tell the story. That horrible Cajun accent was just amazing. It was funny.
I think it was bad. I was like, he's talking like Gambit. But I'm stunned because like he's committed to talking like this.
If I heard that for 2 hours, I'd probably get used to it. But just for the bit, it felt like a bit. Like, I couldn't tell. But anyways, yeah, I thought the emotional credits created that love letter feel to it, embracing every single Fox movie. I was like, maybe Nathan was right doing all 18 of these motherfuckers.
We should have watched Blade.
We should have watched Blade. Honestly,
it's still time. This week, we need to do Sky.
Sky High. Come on. Yeah, we'll put Blade in the docket. There could only be one Blade, which is very funny. I'm like,
oh shit! Did Kevin let you say that?
Somewhere Mahershala was like, maybe that's my ticket out of here. No. He's like, I can leave. I can get out of this.
He's like, no, I'm coming.
Yeah. Is that all, Mr. Whitman? Yeah.
I love it.
Anyways, the credits were great. And I like how, again, they brought up, like, not just Hugh Jackman, it was like Van Forstick, the new X-Men trilogy, Days of Future Past, Dark Phoenix, that kind of stuff. Hearing Fassbender, Daredevil. It was great. Elektra. It was awesome. But the best part about Deadpool is that they confirmed that Daphne Keane is back. They just saved her. They literally made a moment.
She's right there.
They literally made a moment being like, can you bring back those characters? Granted, we didn't see them. We just saw Daphne. We just saw Laura come back with the.
But it's open enough to know, like, I think they all made it and they're fine.
Yeah, they all made it for sure. But they're making the onus that Laura is with Logan, still in that Fox universe, but is alive, which is cool. General thoughts, though, Nathan, of Deadpool Wolverine. Not one of my favorite MCU films, but I think for me, easily my favorite Deadpool film of the trilogy. Especially, like, I didn't love Deadpool 2. I still don't on rewatch. I think it's fun. Both of them are very fun. Deadpool 2 visually is better. Deadpool 3 looks even better than Deadpool 2. Mm-hmm. Has better acting than Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 1. And while Deadpool 2 was leaning on the chemistry between Ryan and Josh playing Cable, I think Ryan and Hugh just have some of the best chemistry you'll see all year. In Logan and Deadpool, the comedy worked for the most part. My favorite bit from the movie, one of my favorite bits, the Johnny Storm bit was just hilarious. Loved it. But the Taylor joke where he's making the suit, he just keeps grabbing his balls in his butt for like 1 minute straight. And then after that, he's like, maybe Taylor's a pervert or something like that.
Taylor is a predator, by the way.
Predator, yeah. I was in tears at that joke. That was
5 insert shots of grabbing that crotch, dude.
That was fucking hilarious. I was like, because you think they're just gonna make a joke about the whole butt check joke of it all in the first place, but then Deadpool referencing it was hilarious. And then the Channing Tatum, what's it called? The Channing Tatum of it all was very funny. And then the whole like end bit was great as well. So some of the jokes were like mixed or whatever, like, you're gonna have your like fourth wall break specific references, let him cook, that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. But like overall, movie was a blast. I had so much fun with it. I wanted more heart from the Wolverine character. It comes in spades, and when it happens, it works, and it really, really works. But I kind of wanted more. He kept referencing how he failed the X-Men. I kind of would have liked to see that visually, or like have somebody who was there. Because like even in Logan, we don't see what Charles did in Logan, but Wolverine was there, so we get that back and forth, and we get that emotional, tragic connection. And this one is just Logan who witnessed something he did bad, and he really failed them. And it had something to do with like the humans attacking the mutants, which I liked. There's a little bit of like anti-mutant commentary, which we haven't seen a lot recently. Yeah. At least in live action.
He even has a line here. It's like, we're mutants, we're never safe.
Exactly. Which I like. Like, already bringing to the forefront the discrimination aspect of mutant kind, which having rewatched the movies, hasn't really been brought up in those last couple Fox movies, like Dark Phoenix or Apocalypse. They were just like mutants in society. I didn't get the like discrimination aspect outside of Days of Future Past, which did it really well. Overall, really liked it. Really fun time. Didn't love it. Didn't think it was great. I didn't tear up like some people. But it was a very fun movie, very funny and fun movie. And the cameos weren't as like nostalgia heavy. I was very worried we were gonna get like cameos out the ass. But the cameos worked for the context of the movie, which I liked. And there weren't a lot of them. It was just like Elektra, Blade, Daphne, and Shannon. Those were like the major cameos. And then Johnny Storm, of course, was a big pop and a well-earned pop as well. That was a very well-earned. That got me too. I'm surprised I got by an easy bait like that. I was like, Cap is back? That's weird.
This was they even like tee it up of like the TVA showing you like, hey, this is your Deadpool's favorite hero, Captain America. Like, look at him on screen. You could be like him.
And that's probably why it got me. I'm just like, oh, and here's Chris Evans. Holy shit. Yeah.
So it was funny. So like I'm watching the scene, right? And they have the dude on the tower. He's like, hey, they're coming. It's like, and Deadpool's like, holy shit, it's him. And they're not showing him. And so it threw me off for a second because I see this dude who has like his like knuckles tied up and stuff, and I'm like, this is fucking Ben Affleck stared at one. I'd be like, holy shit, this is gonna be cool. Then he turns around and it's Chris Evans, and I'm like, oh shit. And I think there's a bit of subliminal thing too, because even though he's wearing a blue suit, he has red in his like bandages as well. So red, blue, America, it's Cap. just little subliminal things that you're just like, all right, cool. And he's also like partially bearded, which we're familiar with Cap and Infinity War looking of a way.
Yeah.
So it's
Then
like
the hair.
Cool. And the hair, yeah, that as well. And it's like, okay, cool. Johnny's a bit more buzzed down. So, but yeah, you're seeing. However, this has been a popular idea for a while to have a bait and switch of like he's gonna say something Captain America like, and then it's flame on. And I'm sitting here in the audience, and Deadpool's like he's gonna say it, and I'm sitting here like if this motherfucker says flame on, I'm gonna cry. And he did it, and my theater erupted.
That was great. Yeah, that probably was the biggest pop in the theater. That and Wesley coming out were huge.
Yeah, dude. I did back-to-back screenings, and God, it is so electric to experience something. You know it. What?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just posted some audience reaction shorts to Spider-Man.
Saw that 3 years later.
You're right, but the views are there. However, yeah, that was great. A bit of a bummer to see him go out.
I figured he wouldn't be long for this run because I would have heard about Chris Evans being on set. I'm surprised that was a well-kept secret, at least for me.
I'm pretty amazed how not spoiled I was to anything really, because we had the news of Elektra.
Yeah, that was the big one. Yeah.
And granted, I wasn't following things too closely. But I do also want to talk about the bit with the others coming in. So it's so funny because I even feel in the audience when like Deadpool and Logan are dropped off into this cave. They have an establishing shot on the ceiling of a Scarlet Witch statue, and I was sitting there and I was like, they're gonna have an X-Men accurate Wanda.
That'd have been awesome.
I'm here for it. And then Elektra walks in and it's like, oh fuck, that's right, cool. And then just without fucking warning, Blade.
I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, so I was sleeping my first time and I was like, holy shit. And then I saw it next time with a friend and he's sitting over here. It's funny because he went to go take a drink and I was like, he's about to fucking lose it. And
he goes to take a drink in the middle of the movie.
No. He has his drink. He's taking a sip.
Oh, got it.
But like, in the time when everyone's about to erupt in applause, like he comes and screams, he's like, he's losing it. It's so cool. And then it's really compelling because you're like, what could they bring in next? Blade is such a holy shit thing.
And real quick on Blade, I love how they make a reference to like just Wesley and Ryan not getting along, which like not many people would understand that reference, but I forget the joke. What they say is just like
it was like I don't like you. You never did.
You never did. Yeah, I was just like, oh shit, like this is crazy. And I'm glad like they're adults, so Ryan and Wesley probably got like over it years ago. And it's a good paycheck. But yeah, I grew up watching Blade constantly with my friends in high school and elementary school, but like high school with my fam. I remember famously my uncle was the one who showed me Blade. We were on a trip to Florida, I think. Yeah, we were going south. It was Florida. My first time going to Universal. I was going to go see Nathan. But Nathan, we met each other 16 years ago.
I've never been to Universal. Please take me.
Oh. But yeah, and then we like those minivan cars, you can watch movies in your minivan. Yeah. And they showed us Blade. I was like, oh wow. And it was a really fun like movie. I was very young. I think I was like 11.
Movie.
It was fine. But I was like, oh wow, really cool movie. I think I watched Blade and Blade 2. And then since then I've always really liked Blade. Just to see that character out of nowhere in a Deadpool movie, never would have expected it.
I never guessed because I'm like, that's a Sony character.
Yeah, but rights, baby.
Hey, that's cool. But yeah, that was super compelling. I was like, holy shit! Even the music kick in, it was like, holy fuck, this is the coolest shit I've seen in a minute.
That was awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm like, who could walk in next? What could actually fucking surprise me more than Wesley Snipes back as Blade? And I'll be damned, Evan. He walked in, full suit, cloak, fucking headpiece, hair comb over.
Yeah. And real quick, I was like, oh, are they bringing back Taylor Kitsch? I was like, is that I was like, are they really bringing, because like they don't show training, like Nathan said, they show the outfit first. And I'm like, oh shit, like is this like Taylor or whatever? But holy shit.
Or like what came? The cards I think came in first. And I
The
was
cards. Yeah.
Like, oh, I think it was like close up of him like doing shit. And I was like, Gambit, boom, oh my god! And like that again. That's such like it's kind of niche, right? It's not like the whole audience like because it never happened. So most of the people are just like, what? But as remembering the Fox panel of it all, and it's like Channing Tatum's gonna be Gambit. Fox group photo on the Hall H panel stands there. It's like
the iconic panel, the iconic like last words.
And I remember so many things. Like he was so passionate about wanting to do it. I think at one point he was going to direct it himself.
Yeah, he was going to direct it. He was going to write it, I think, or at least be very in charge of like the storytelling of the movie. Yeah. And we were at a point like in 2016, I think, where 2015, 2016, where this thing was really going to happen. Like, I think they had like a rumored production start date of like late 2016, 2017. Channing was ready. I think the director who did Edge of Tomorrow, what's his name?
Doug
Liman. I think Doug Liman might have been attached. I could just be bullshitting, but there was a lot of directors attached. It's similar to the Black Adam catastrophe, or like the lead up to that.
I think the big fallout ended up being the merger.
Yeah, honestly, I think so. Even though that came like 4 years later, there would have been time. But like, 2016 coming off of Deadpool, and then they did Logan, and then it was just I don't think they had time, and they just couldn't crack it for some reason. They just couldn't crack it. But for a couple years there, for a long time, we knew Channing Tatum would be a perfect fit, especially because Channing Tatum was very hot in the mid 2010s with the 21 Jump Street movies. Like he was very popular, very good comedic actor.
I still enjoy him whenever he pops up, even though it feels like the last few years he kind of pops up as like a quick supporting.
Exactly. Yeah, he's usually a supporting bit. I just recently saw him in Fly Me to the Moon, and he's great in the movie. It's like he can play serious. He can play like an earnest, good character. And
I'm really looking forward to Blink Twice coming out.
Oh, that looks good. It looks cool. So yeah, the Channing Tatum, the Tatum-assance?
Tatasance?
Tatasance.
Chanasance.
But he's back, and he was great here as Gambit. Recently Nathan and I fell in love with Gambit again in X-Men 97. Just a perfect adaptation of Gambit, straight from the 90s TV show. Fantastic in that show, and I really liked him here. He's very cool. Again, the accent kind of took me away from sometimes, but like, and even Deadpool makes fun of him. He's like, I can't understand a word you were saying.
Who's your dialect coach?
Yeah, who's your dialect coach? I was just dying, but he was so committed to it. It was great.
He was really committed to it. He was so fucking funny. But also, I think I was like really charmed because I was like, oh my god, he's doing the fucking accent.
Yeah, like again, he was committed to it. It had that charming, earnest attitude to it. Really
I'm sorry, somebody fucking shared on Twitter like that fucking insane ramble he did. With his line it's the way where he's like, I know my daddy, but I shot out of his dick ready.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I was like, wait, what?
I can't read the rest of it. It's so good.
That was a great bit too. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so fun. I really like Logan undercutting Wade with Johnny. He's just in the factory. He's like, fucking.
Yeah. That Johnny, Nathan, in terms of end credit scenes, this has to be top 5 Marvel post credit scenes for me. It was a long running joke. Part of me was like, this is getting old. This is getting a bit old. But they ended it so freaking well with Chris Evans delivering one of his like funniest bits of all time. And just completely going off on, I forget the villain's name, but completely going off on her. It was great.
Cassandra. Yeah. I think it works so well because like we've like the last like decade or so have just been so used to watching Chris Evans be like Boy Scout Count, no cussing. That when he's like going at it as Johnny Storm is like, oh shit. But also him as Johnny was great.
And then him in the movie, they revere Johnny. They're like, man, Johnny was a great guy. Where did Johnny go, huh? And then Logan's all like, why don't you ask Deadpool over there? Like, they all liked Johnny. They were mad that he died. So it's like, oh, this heroic character.
The poor
There's no
kid been
way.
gone 2 days now.
Yeah, it's like, there's no way he would have said something like that. And of course he did. He just goes off.
That
was so
which is
good.
funny because I believed he was like, I don't know what half those words mean. I was like, I believe you.
I believed you.
Talk like this.
I believed it. I was like, Deadpool really just screwed him over. And the way the skin just came off. Oh my God, I was done.
That was so first shocking, but also I felt sad.
Yeah.
But also I coped because I'm like, Variant, he's fine. Our Johnny's safe.
Yeah, our Johnny's good. Yeah, because I figured, I was like, why was Thor crying? You know, so many people are going to take that seriously. They're like, you know, now we have to have a scene in Avengers, Doomsday, or Secret Wars.
But what if we did, Evan? But what if we did? Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I know that's a clip from the Dark World.
It looks just like Dark World. I was like,
it does, but they put VFX on like the new eye that he lost.
Yeah. Was that Chris Hemsworth carrying, like, it looked like fucking Matt Damon or something. I was like, is that Hemsworth?
I was wondering if they were like pulling from that, but no, it's actual footage.
Okay.
Of Thor: The Dark World where Thor's holding Loki when Loki was dying, but they replaced Loki with Wade, and they've updated Chris to look how he would with his new different color eye and the scar.
Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't tell. I was like, that Chris Hemsworth? I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, man, that was hilarious.
That was fun. I thought Johnny did die when he fell. When Pyro took his power.
I thought he was completely done. By the way, I was like, Pyro. I didn't know Pyro could consume fire. I know he can eject fire. I didn't know
well, yeah, he can control it. So that was interesting because, like, even like coming home tonight, I was like, let me look this up. Is this a debate? Can Pyro be Human Torch? And like, apparently, this very thing 11 years ago was being talked about, where someone was like, could Pyro just take Johnny's power? And guess what happened?
Like, what are the comments? Or did it happen in the comics? Is that what they were saying? Or
no, I think this was just a hypothetical.
Online.
Yeah, but also I think there may have been a comic where, because apparently Pyro he can control fire, but like he is not resistant to it. That he's not controlling, so you could scorn him like any human.
Yeah, for me, it's like Human Torch should always win that fight. The Supernova strat.
Yeah.
Like that's an easy KO.
I think it absolutely is. I just presume Johnny did not know who this person was and that he could do that.
Oh yeah, he's in the midst of doing that. Like, can't you just like, Johnny, stop what you're doing? It's obviously not working.
Yeah. I even like the comments I was reading was like this is all very bent on if Johnny is mature enough at this time to not to be like wise of his situation.
Exactly, because in every scenario, Human Torch should be KOing Pyro.
Oh yeah,
Human Torch is fire. So,
yeah. But then like he loses the fire, he falls out of the air, fucking falls on his crotch, ow. And then he hits his neck on the thing, and then he fucking folds.
I was like, oh, he's so dead. I thought it was because it reminded me of like Thor: The Dark World. Oh, we see Chris Evans for a little bit. Oh, and then he's gone. So I figured like, oh, he's just dead. But then he's alive. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but honestly, when I saw him alive, I was like, oh, my boy, he's okay.
Yeah.
Not for long.
They weren't going to make him a main character.
I know, but that was so fucking gruesome.
That was so wow.
I was like, did you lose your power? Can Johnny fly away, please?
Yeah. And it was funny because Kevin Feige was getting his star, the Hollywood Hall of Fame thing. And that's when they announced, or they had all the people from Fox and Marvel come over there to congratulate Feige. And Chris Evans was there, and of course he came out on Hall H on Thursday.
Yeah. So weird.
But then also like all the other people were there, like Brie Larson, Simu Liu was there. And I was like,
yeah,
you know, if Chris Evans was there and came out on stage, are they bringing Simu Liu and Brie Larson there, and they're going to come on stage on Saturday? Of course, that never happened. But I was like, damn, because Sebastian Stan was there. I was like, oh, he's there for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, he was, right?
Yeah, he came out on stage. So yeah, so I was just like,
where's Shang-Chi 2, damn it?
Where is Shang-Chi 2? Damn it.
Oh,
anyways, so yeah, I liked Chris Evans' portrayal here. He really stepped up his comedic game. And Deadpool said, I think he said, like, you're not my favorite Chris anymore.
Yeah, it was funny. Like even like after, it's like you got that poor kid Johnny killed. Like kid, he's 50.
Yeah. I wonder who Deadpool's favorite Chris is. I gotta ask that question. Is he a Chris Pine fan?
At this point, it's probably Hemsworth.
Probably Hemsworth. He probably likes Hemsworth. Oh yeah,
That
he's
was
a big Thor fan.
that was a great running gag. Thor holds me.
Yeah. Why did Thor cry? We gotta find that out.
But the kickoff of this film, Evan, was very compelling. How are we going to do this without dishonoring the memory of Logan? And the answer
turns
is
out
we're not. But also, let's just clarify, they didn't, because the events are still there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they
rewrite.
purposely and meaningfully made this movie like Logan at his heart, and then that's what's so brilliant about this. Hilariously, like you said, they literally go to the spot and dig him up, and he's for sure dead, which is great. And then they have the whole awesome intro sequence with that, and then they make Logan the reason the Fox Marvel universe is dying, which is incredibly meta and hilarious. It's like Logan was our best character, and since he's gone, the Fox timeline is gone in general. Also, they want us to believe that, like, I think Auden was talking about it, that the Logan timeline is the same timeline as the Deadpool timeline.
I can work with it.
Can you?
The world bounced back, Evan. We're good. He was just, stay away from the fucking Mexico border. It's fine.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Texas, I mean.
Wow, the Mexican border.
Okay. That's not what I meant. Motherfucker, my last name's Rojas. Leave me alone.
Nathan's like, build that wall. No.
That's not what I said.
I have you on tape.
I don't hate waffles. But
yeah, so
where does Deadpool take place? Does he live? Where's he live?
Canada? Toronto?
No. It's not New York, is it? It is New York.
There's no way it's New York.
I think so.
Since when?
The first one.
Is there a New York taxi? I mean,
I think the fight in the first one is like he's on like a Jersey bridge.
Really?
I think so.
I get big like Vancouver vibe. Maybe because I just instinctively know that's where they filmed. But it's like, Deadpool, it gives me Vancouver vibe.
He could live because again, like Deadpool's Canadian. In this as well. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck it.
Sure, it doesn't really matter. But
point being, far away from the events of Logan.
Exactly. Kind of. So whatever. They bounced back. The Deadpool's universe bounced back.
Yeah. But also, this is a being who could go anywhere he wants. He is in a type of Marvel office talking to Happy. Funny cameo.
Yeah, I thought this part of the arc wasn't, the most captivating for me. It was interesting. Coming off of watching Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, I was curious, like, what could they make his arc be? And and I'm still kind of, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not upset about it. I'm not, like, loving it either, though. It's just, it crumbles down to him just being aimless. Now, is the story saying, him and Morena Baccarin were dating, he tries to join the Avengers, then they break up? Or he broke up and then he tried to join the Avengers?
I think he tried to join the Avengers because of the talk they had.
Okay.
And then
they just slowly drifted apart?
I get, because I presume like Wade was kind of a bit more self-centered on his being of Deadpool and the shit he was doing, I guess. Not really like finding a bigger path,
a bigger purpose, a glorious purpose.
Sure.
And
episode 5.
And yeah, I was I get the joke now. But yeah, I was kind of I was like, okay, and it's a decent way to remove Morena Baccarin from the, overall concept of the story. But just like her having a new boyfriend and then him just like moving on, it seemed like so sudden, even though this movie came out 9 years ago, or Deadpool 2 came out 9 years ago. I don't know. I just didn't vibe with that emotional. Like for me, the emotional beats of the movie didn't really connect with Deadpool. For me, it was more so Logan and Logan. Even though Logan Dream was very cliche, it's like, oh, I'm nothing, but then I found purpose again. Either way, I liked it because Hugh Jackman really, his emotion, his acting really sold me on this Logan, what he went through. The Deadpool stuff, on the other hand, I just wasn't really vibing with until he met Logan.
I did vibe with it. I was on board with it. I like his meeting he had with Happy. I thought it was compelling. It was both funny and kind of compelling. Because like Earth 616, I'm like, they're tripling down on this.
Why? I was arguing with Auden too.
Not hates this movie.
I'm like, this is not 616. Stop it.
I don't know the reason on the number of the Fox universe.
What was it, like 005, something like that?
10,005.
I think that was the. I'm kidding. I can't make a joke. But yeah, I have no idea. Probably some Easter egg. Probably some comic book Easter egg. I didn't watch my Deadpool Wolverine Easter egg breakdown videos yet.
So. The 10th of May, year 2000. I don't know.
Yeah. Tomorrow they'll have like an arrow pointing 10005.
Probably. You
know. But yeah. So yeah, continue on. You're saying you liked Wolverine's or Logan. Wade's.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that bit. I like the opening scene. I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. Like, no, the big guy doesn't really do this anymore. Cameos, meetings. This will not stand. There's a blink you'll miss it Spider-Man reference.
I must have blinked. What was it?
Well, you kind of have to like fucking do gymnastics to understand it. But they're showing around like what makes a great Avenger, and it was like kind of like these starting beatings, and there was like an old Iron Man helmet. And it was like Iron Man, cool. This prototype Cap shield, and it was like Cap, cool. Then they showed a toy Iron Man helmet that was sat in front of the same photo that Tony looks at in Endgame that gives the idea to go solve time travel when it's him and Peter in that photo. They can't show Tom, I guess, for rights. I don't know, because Sony. But cleverly putting the retconned Iron Man 2 helmet in front.
Yeah.
A little clever nod.
The kid from Iron Man 2 was pointing at one of those drone things. Was in fact Peter Parker, apparently. Which okay.
Well, but yeah, seeing Happy there, that was funny. I really didn't expect it. Every time, I never expect Happy to pop up. And I think that's about all of the individual pop-ups. Daphne Keane was great. I like what she put on the sunglasses in the fight.
I wish she didn't. This wasn't spoiler. I was so shocked they put that in the final trailer. Yeah. But like, I think Kevin even explained it. He was like, it was a risky choice, but we wanted to market the emotional concept of the story, which was Wolverine getting off the hump, which was helped by Daphne, which kind of wasn't. It kind of was, but wasn't in the movie. Like she talks to him for like 1 minute on the campfire, and then that's it.
I think it worked.
It was fine.
You're always the wrong guy. It's really captivating. I like it.
Yeah, like. That's the core concept of Logan.
I also like the idea that her saying that kind of alludes to the fact that like she is a part of a bigger X-Men team, this Laura. Which is cool.
What makes you think that?
Well, because like the idea of just saying like you were always the wrong guy kind of insinuates there were multiple events where Logan was around with a team that Laura must have been there as well, but he always prevailed through. So this variant of Laura, because I don't think this is the same Laura from Logan at all. Even though that nod was cool. Because
why not?
Because technically speaking, that's still Wade's timeline, which has not been erased yet. And why would she have been pruned? That doesn't track.
Well, why did any of them get pruned?
Because their universe is over, baby. Their franchise is done.
Well, they didn't prune their universe. They pruned them. It seemed like at least I thought it. I don't know.
Well, no, they said their worlds were.
Their worlds were gone.
Yeah.
Okay. But this one talks about like you saved us, we created, you allowed us to live or whatever. Like there are references to the end of Logan, right? Am I wrong? Am I going crazy here?
I think you're a little crazy.
No, what?
I watched the movie twice. You gotta trust me.
They said I do trust you, but they said like without you, we would have died. Logan saving the people so they can cross over the border. Right? That line.
I could definitely see that. Yeah.
And then like when she says like you were always the wrong guy, I just figured, oh, like she knows about him via her comic book collection and her experience. Like in Logan itself, I'm not the guy, Charles. I'm not the guy, Charles. I'm not the guy, Charles. You were never the guy, but you became
Was
the
it
guy.
Spy Kids 3?
What is that? I don't get it.
You don't get it? It's like, he's like, I'm the guy. You're not the guy. He's the guy.
I'm the guy. Yeah. Okay.
But okay, I can see that interpretation for sure.
But yours does make sense. The nail in the coffin is like, this is technically supposed to be Deadpool's timeline, so if that's not,
and I can definitely see your argument because like this is Laura who's still rocking her backpack and sunglasses.
It's the same thing from like the Venom 3 trailer, where it's like, oh, the guy who serves beer is supposed to be the multiverse variant of the same guy who serves beer in the MCU.
I'll figure that out in October.
It's like sometimes these variants can just be one-to-one. They're just doing the same shit in a different world.
Yeah, which yeah. I do.
What I said about Venom 3, it's the same guy in a different world.
Sure. But I do also want to talk about the Wolverine variants. That was fun.
That was a very fun montage. The small one had a lot of laughs. The very small one. Comic accurate Wolverine.
that gave me whiplash.
That was so weird.
In my funny bone. Holy shit. That was so trippy because you're like, oh god, uncanny valley, but it's so funny. Yeah,
because people always want their comic accurate Wolverine. It's like
which let me just say that wasn't accurate. That was too short. That was funny though. Yes, great ones. There was like big like 80s hair Wolverine, which was cool. There was like a fucking crucified on an X Wolverine. I've seen that was wild. Art. That was wild. That was very poppy art too. It was like glowing yellow X. Like damn,
I've never seen that comic art of that.
I don't know. It might be art that's connected with the Death of Wolverine story, maybe. Though I think in that storyline, Logan molded. No, I don't think he melts. He's coated in adamantium. It's hardening, and he's just gonna be like stuck.
That's dark.
Frozen. But he's back. Well, he's back. Yes, and everyone died. Fucking Doctor Strange died. I doubt he's gone still.
Exactly. Kamala Khan died.
What the fuck? Spider-Man's writers got stopped.
Yeah, not great, Bob. But we got Wolverine versus Hulk, which was funny.
A little bit, really cool. I like the nod.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Yeah. It's
really cool though. And they also had like a classical man Logan, him like sitting on the porch, and he had like the classic hat, trench coat, and like the stylized beard, which is cool. And Evan, there's a different actor here. They had Patch as well. They had a different actor here. And so
oh wow, yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah. So like I was trying to rack my brain because I remember there was rumors of like, is Daniel Radcliffe? Is it it's gonna be what's his name? Taron Egerton. I was like, okay, cool. Who's this gonna be? Henry Cavill, Evan.
Henry Cavill as Wolverine. The Wolverine.
Didn't look bad.
Didn't look bad. I was like, who the heck is that? And it took
I did take a second to like register. Who are you?
He then Deadpool helped saying that Cavill. Wait, what he says like what's it? He references Cavill.
He's like you almost kind of look like Henry. Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was shocking, but he fit the bill. But it was very funny and cool, out of left field casting.
Very good. I love Deadpool. It was like, I'll treat you way better than the guys down the street.
That was great.
Yeah. Punch him right out of there.
They did Henry dirty.
But that was fun. That was really cool. The overarching stuff, though, of the story was really fun. There's a lot of great set pieces. The fights with Deadpool and Wolverine were really good, like against each other.
I wasn't over the moon about the fight, but the action when it hit. Like Deadpool and Logan, both of their fights in the gray area was fine, but even like in the minivan, that was really cool. I like that set piece.
That was really good. There's a lot of like animalistic bits with Logan, like he's like crawling on the ground real fast.
This variant of Logan was very comic accurate in terms of like his animalistic Wolverine behavior, which we have not seen before.
Yeah,
really cool.
Suit looks great.
I'm just glad they did something unique to the character. I'm glad they didn't just pull off what they did years prior with all the other interpretations of Logan in action. They just made him different, and that was really cool. And of course, the one shot sequence at the end.
With the army of Deadpools, that was really cool.
With Madonna in the background, what is a fantastic sequence.
Yeah, it looks really good. It pulled out the cowl, which definitely looked good.
I don't know.
I will say, opposed to other people, apparently, I'm happy he only wore it as much as he did.
Yeah, I mean the cow. It didn't get a pop in my theater. It was pretty. It was. I don't think anybody clapped or anything.
Premium screenings, motherfucker.
What?
Go to premium showings, motherfucker, please.
I wouldn't premium. It was a Thursday sold out 340 screening. Everybody was
340. Who's there at 340? Go.
It was sold out. It was sold out.
Sold out at fucking high noon.
Yes.
That's not the pop crowd. That's the fucking matinee crowd.
Pop crowd.
That's the early bird 20% discount.
Yeah. And there was a little kid next to me too, but luckily he wasn't like bad during the movie. It was like a little kid. I was like, what is he doing here? But yeah, the mask never really did it for me. I didn't really need to see it. It looked fine, but I'm glad he took it off as soon as it came on. Basically, it wasn't that long. Because I'm like,
decent amount. Pretty much from that fight to like the final like explosion.
Not really. I mean, he takes it off when they're holding hands and shit.
No, it doesn't.
He's wearing it when they're holding hands.
Yeah, his fucking shirt comes off, but the cowl is on. Which I thought was interesting because like you were hiding Hugh's eyes while he's giving an emotional I need this performance at the end.
Well, I'm just having an emotional whiplash. I swore I saw his eyes during that moment. Maybe afterwards.
Well, I will say they did the same thing with Deadpool's mask where they animate the eyes moving. So I was like, that actually looks really cool. I like this. But I do need to see Hugh's eyes.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Hugh's eyes at the end there. I swore I did, but I guess not. But yeah, I mean, luckily we got during most of the emotional stuff, we saw his eyes, Hugh's eyes.
It's great. He's got a lot of great monologue stuff when he's breaking down Deadpool before the car fight, just yelling at him, laying.
That was probably the best scene. That was a thing that had the audience just like, oh shit, that was great. I loved that scene. Yeah,
it's really compelling. And yeah, I love the campfire bit, but kind of the revelation of Logan wasn't there when shit was going down.
Ooh. And I can hear them calling my name. I was like, oh,
dude. And then also revealing that by that point he started fighting the humans and not just the bad ones. He did not stop.
He went on a rampage. Woo-wee!
Yeah. Garfield moment. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't think Peter killed anyone.
What did Andrew say in that movie? I went to some dark places.
I stopped pulling my punches. I got rageful.
How many you've seen that movie way too many times?
At least 20 in my lifetime.
Wow. But yeah, he got better. They're gonna make an extra edition of that movie with that scene in it, just him punching random people.
But seriously, there was a really haunting line where he described the X-Men were stacked like piles of wood. Yeah,
I was like, oh my god. Which is why I was like, I wish we saw some kind of visuals, some kind of haunting nature of it all. But it was cool. I liked seeing him contemplate that kind of stuff. He left behind his family, and he's wearing the costume because it was they always wanted him to wear that costume, so he's always wearing it. So again,
Scott was always begging him to wear it, and this is the only thing he has left to remember him by.
Oh man, again, all the Logan stuff really worked for me. I think Hugh came back and it made sense in a meta and funny way, and the emotional moments for him were excellent, just really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it was beautiful. Disney's gonna make him do this till he's 90, haha.
Wait, what?
Deadpool said Disney's gonna make him do this till he's 90.
I was like, yeah. Well, they announced the Fantastic Four being in both Avengers movies, but wouldn't be surprised if Logan's in both Avengers movies. Maybe just Secret Wars.
I could definitely see it. It seems like they're having some TVA tie-in, which early plot reports from whatever they were doing with Avengers was saying that the TVA was looking for substantial beings from different timelines to head some type of mission.
Yeah, which would be cool. TVA had a big play in this movie. Matthew McFadden. Hunter B. 15 had a decent role at the end there. she's the woman up top, which again connects directly to Loki season 2, the end of that show. We even see Loki. No, I'm kidding.
I was waiting. I was like, "They're gonna have this motherfucker just bored out of his mind sitting in that voice."
Yeah. So that was really cool. And playing Paradox, I thought he was appropriately goofy. Didn't like love his character, but he was appropriately goofy and crazy for the movie that we got.
He was giving me Richard E. Grant energy when he's silly.
Oh yeah, like a silly Richard E. Grant energy. Yeah, I can vibe with that. And I just love how like a guy who just went AWOL. Because I was kind of trying to piece it together. I'm like, I know they don't connect all the time with the Disney Plus shows, but we just saw Loki sacrifice himself for this sacred timeline, and this guy potentially ruining it. But it was a guy who went AWOL, so it kind of made sense that the TVA would do this section of the TVA, because he went AWOL, and the rest of them that are doing good now are kind of like, what's this guy doing? This guy's crazy. So that was cool. So I like that. And the intern that like had an obsession with Deadpool was hilarious.
That was great.
Yeah.
And then Cassandra was interesting.
Meh. I think she's a meh villain, but like elevated by Emma Corrin's performance. I think she was really good. The way she got into people's heads, her chaotic, like creepy energy with all her movements. Very cool.
I was fearful of like the omnipotency of some of the power. Like the way she just took out Johnny, I was like, this could happen to anyone.
Yeah, I'm like, how she is extremely powerful. Like she could end this movie right here, right now, if she wanted to. Yeah, that was really cool.
But there's a lot of funny moments. Like, yeah, do we have Magneto here who can help? He's dead. Fuck.
Damn it. Fuck.
Oh, if we could use his helmet, she melted it. Fuck.
That was great. And they went full like comic book accurate. It's like, who are you? Because you didn't know about. I killed Charles in the womb. Like, really, just gave us all their creepy and dark energy from the jump.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, you're right. She was so overpowered. I'm like, how do you even beat this kind of person? But she kind of beats herself. It's one of those villains where she's so powerful, she has to get pulled down by like her own hubris, trying to, contain the multiverse or whatever she was trying to do.
Yeah. I really like the Wolverine and Sabretooth fight. The quick like samurai cut.
Yeah, it felt very, very much like Obi-Wan versus Maul. It's like everybody's waiting for this fight, and it's like over very quickly, very samurai-esque.
Behold your queen, Furiosa.
That was great. Coming right off of Furiosa, that's beautiful. That was
so good. Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. The car fight was great. The final fight was great. I really love the usage of the variant team and that they didn't die.
Me too. They all got the special action sequence. I wish Laura got a special like focused action scene. We saw her feet attack. We saw her claws. But like Blade got like this huge extended sequence. Elektra got a huge extended sequence. And then we saw a lot of Channing Tatum in that action. Not so much of Laura. Granted, we saw a whole movie with Laura. So I was kind of like, I was fine with it. Sure. But yeah, I like the whole, it's people fighting in a gray compound. So it wasn't like the best well-looked fight. But I like seeing these characters kick ass. It was pretty cool.
I was really impressed with Gambit's action.
Me too. Like, Gambit's action, the way he did like those.
They took Gambit like pretty fucking serious in this.
He's as powerful as he should be. Like Gambit is a very Omega level mutant if he wants to be.
I don't think anybody touched him, dude. I think he was flawless in that. That was great. Like he's hitting everybody with the car. He got fucking pulled the full stack. He looks so cool. He's pulling the staff. Yeah, the staff going.
Gambit is just a great character, very powerful, and when they use him correctly, like in this movie and in the animated show, he's very powerful. So I liked it.
Very good. And then by the end, beautiful friendship. The Avengers discovered Shawarma. If you didn't know.
Yeah, of course they're having Shawarma, the biggest, not the biggest deep cut, but like if you know, you know.
I think that is the biggest deep cut. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Channing Tatum is a bigger deep cut than Shawarma. At least Shawarma's in the movie. Tatum never had a movie.
That makes it a deeper cut. But the ending bit was very sweet. The fact that it's like a full like family roundtable with Logan and Laura, these variants together.
So good. I liked it. I liked it. And then I wasn't vibing with Deadpool's arc the whole movie, but his closing moments with
Vanessa
were sweet. Very
Mhm.
sweet.
Very sweet. Really liked it. And yeah, as you said, the closing credits montage was beautiful.
Magic, just magic. Usually, I go on my phone, like I wait for the post credits, but like I was locked in.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, fuck it. The joke that was so funny when he's like offered by the TVA to come and join Marvel, and he just runs over the camera. Like, suck it, Fox! I'm going to Disneyland. It's so funny because not only like what he says, but like he fucking breaks the camera and knocks it down, and then they cut to the wide, nothing's there.
Yeah, that was great. And again, like Deadpool is so excited that he found purpose, but then the minute his friends come in, the cost of that, he's like, "Oh wait, hold up, rewind." Like, yeah. Which I think has been a consistent factor in the Deadpool movies. This guy is so crazy and over the top and cracks jokes all the time, but consistently he's always had an attachment to the people he's closest with, and that was very sweet.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, I'm not just gonna dish my friends and have them all die. So that was very cool.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Nathan, I gotta ask though, cry counter. How many times did you cry?
Tears of laughter. Priceless.
Laughter. Yeah, I think the Predator joke had me dying in the. Yeah.
I don't think I cried.
Okay.
But I laughed the whole time.
The whole time. Yeah.
There's not one joke that I don't think missed for me.
Yeah, and great question. You saw this back to back or what?
Yes, back to back.
How did the jokes work a second time now that you knew they were coming? Because for me, usually like the replayability of some Deadpool movies, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna laugh as hard as they did the first time. But
I will say, I think there are plenty I can choose from where I'm like, that is gonna be fucking funny every time for me.
Yeah.
But then even in regards to the rest, I think it definitely helps being in a sold out opening night audience.
True. Yeah.
Where everyone. And honestly, that kind of like it makes it even better, kind of knowing what's coming, because I'm like, they're gonna fucking die at this.
Yeah,
because I see the first Logan variant, and I'm like, they don't know this dude is short as fuck. This is gonna be and sure enough, everyone's like, what?
That pan down was
just feel the fucking theater rocking with laughter. It's the best.
You saw IMAX both time or Dolby then IMAX?
I went to the Dolby fan event the first time. Got a little keychain. That's cool.
You're never gonna wear that.
I don't have keys. And then the second time I went IMAX. Yeah.
Nice. Heard they shot everything in IMAX.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I'm kidding.
Very good. But yeah, I think for me all the jokes landed. Even though I don't think this hit any like the vibe of say Challengers or like the grandiose epic scale storytelling that Dune gave me. I don't really have any real negative with this movie. And I felt not really like everything, even if something surface level, it's like that's a good thing they put.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, all the jokes hit for me. I love the action so much. It was so fun. It might be like the most fun I've had all year.
Oh, better than Deadpool 1 and 2.
I mean, in new releases in theaters.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with Twisters. I don't know. Well,
It's just fun, but I'm like, I don't know if it's like.
Yeah.
I like this more than Twisters.
I don't know. I might put Twisters still above this movie. I don't know. I like Glenn. This movie didn't have Glenn, Nathan. Maybe Glenn was
not like fuck. What if Glenn was a Deadpool man?
Maybe he was.
I thought McConaughey was Cowboy Deadpool.
Oh, that'd been funny. I by the way, I knew that was Blake Lively when I heard it. I was like, is that Blake Lively? That'd been very funny if it's Blake Lively. And then
that's what I was anticipating. That was my hope, but then at the same time, my brain was like, "Are you Taylor Swift?" I don't know.
Yeah, part of me I was like, I whispered to Jay, I was like, I think it's Blake Lively, but it could also be Taylor Swift. But then the more I heard it, I was like, sound more like Blake.
And yeah, and the credits confirmed, and I was like, all right, cool. And my second viewing, I'm like, oh yes, clearly. But yeah, those were fun. A lot of fun variants, and yeah, I mean, yeah, Gunpowder would be fun.
So where would this rank in the Fox Marvel record books? Would this crack our top 5?
Hey, what if we did put it at number 5?
I don't know what's our 1 through 4. 1 Logan, 2 Days of Future Past, 3 First Class, 4 X2.
Yep.
5 was our 5
is
Daredevil?
No, that's 6. 5 is the Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
As I live and breathe.
So that's how it feels. Oh, the way Paradox was like, so that's how it feels. So good.
The whole TVA watching. And like, you get it.
I get it. Yeah. The reference they have for Logan. And you can tell like during the writing stage of this movie, they're like, how do we crack this? It's like, that's the answer. Like, we don't. And we talk about that in the movie. It's like, oh yeah, like we just reverence Logan in the movie itself.
Yeah, even to the point like this thing they made is so good that like even like the multiverse lovers are like, fuck, that was a big moment in history.
Yeah, that was epic. So yeah, I think 5 easily makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely the case.
Because that would put it underneath X2. And then I'm thinking like, but which do I prefer?
X2 for sure.
I think X2 is better.
Hugh has been better. If I had to rank Hugh in X-Men movies,
that's the thing. Is X2 Hugh better than this Hugh?
Yeah, maybe.
Because like that fucking car monologue is so fucking good.
It is really good. So somebody said this is Hugh's best performances. I was like, you're insane. But
I think I had said I said to myself, if you took like the physical, visceral, haunted imagery from the Wolverine that Logan experiences and put it into this movie, I think this might be my second favorite performance of Hugh after Logan.
You mean haunting performance in the Wolverine movie?
Yeah, where like he's like haunted by Jean and like he's like constantly like suffering because of it. If you were to put like that, because like you were saying, like you would have liked to have seen like some imagery of like the shit that went down that he went through.
Maybe
probably elevated. But even then, just watching, I'm like, I think this is my favorite watching of Hugh since Logan.
Yeah, it's hard because like he wasn't
even then it's like a thing where it's like I'm having way more fun watching this than Logan because Logan is fucking sad. You kind of have to like, it depends on your mood, right? It's like if I want like one of the most like harrowing performances, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. It's the same thing where I'm like, I could laugh at Hugh and like have a good time with like the Greatest Showman, but his performance in Prisoners is so fucking good.
Where's my daughter?
The way he growls, it's so good.
Yeah.
It really just depends on a mood set, like to pick like what your favorite thing is from an actor.
True. I think I'll go Logan. He's good. He's great in Days of Future Past too.
He's great in everything.
He's great in everything. But yeah, Logan in this, and it's hard. But yeah, this is one of his best. I can't even rank his performances.
Even thinking of Days of Future Past, like he is great in it. And like he has a standout scene where he's connecting with Charles, which bridges his mind to future Charles. But like outside of that, I'm like, it's easier as Logan.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I agree. First Class, he's really good, and the way he said "fuck off," yeah, that was S tier. So yeah, that was 5 in our Fox Marvel universe. Again, behind Logan, Days, First Class, and X2. Above the Wolverine. In terms of MCU, I don't even rank the MCU, so I don't know where I would even put it.
I hardly do that anymore.
It's top 15.
If I were to look at my MCU ranking,
it's like top 15, top 20.
I'd probably put it above Eternals.
It probably yes.
I mean, it's probably under Black Panther.
Probably. Black Panther's number 1.
My Black Panther ranking. Well, the first Black Panther I have at number 12.
12.
I have
12.
Yeah, and I have Wakanda Forever at 6. That's a good movie. If you didn't know, you know how I love characters going through grief.
Me too. I also like great movies.
It is.
It's very good. I wouldn't call it great or as great as the first one. Wow. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Namor's compelling as hell. You fucking Namor shirt.
So is Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, he is great.
Fuck.
They're all great. It does. You do.
I think it's okay.
You have a winning argument when you're like, here's a movie I'm trying to go to bat with that doesn't have Channing or Michael B. Jordan except for one scene.
I think you're confused. It's okay. Again, Nathan, the first one is the one Michael B. Jordan, so put that at 6. Wakanda Forever at 12. I think that's where you're confused. But okay.
In terms of the core story, I cannot.
Okay. Audience, I tried to help.
Look, I got Shang-Chi at 15.
Oh my god! That is the top 10 Marvel movie. You're insane.
What's my top 10?
I said that Shang-Chi is a top 10.
Well, right above Shang-Chi, I got Miss Marvel.
The best Disney Plus show. For Marvel.
It's pretty great. Though I did recently bring Loki very high up.
Well, you got Moon Knight in there, motherfucker, top 10? Above
Moon Knight's my 19.
There we go. Okay. That makes
above
sense.
the Marvels.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of. Man, but yeah, Nathan's ranking is wrong. It's okay. It's fine.
I don't even know where I would put the fucking. I
don't even rank the Marvel movies anymore either. There's too many. It's too hard.
Too much, yeah.
And then when we put adding in TV shows, I'm like, oh god, ridiculous. Secret Invasion, very bottom, next to Echo. But yeah, Deadpool Wolverine, fun movie. Nathan's favorite movie of the year. I'm kidding.
It's so funny. My friend was like immediately, because I was like sitting with my friend after, and I was like, I don't know if you've seen like the new Quiet Place. It's great, and I was like, it's my favorite of the year. And he's like, until tonight, right? And I was like, I'm marinating.
Oh no!
I don't want to break his heart, but also like, yeah, I don't think it's my. Or no, I did rank it. I ranked it for the year.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Is it above the Fall Guy? I know you love Fall Guy.
That's still my number 3.
Okay. Dang, you really love Fall Guy. Yeah.
I originally had Deadpool and Wolverine at like 9, and then I bumped it up to 8.
Kinds of Kindness at number 6?
Number 10.
10, yeah. Kinds of Kindness, dope. Your Long Legs is at 12, you said, right?
Long Legs is 13.
13. Oh,
Twister is 14.
Twister's 14. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wrong, but fair enough.
Maybe I should have watched the first Twister like right before, because that movie slaps so fucking hard.
Yeah, Twister is a 5 out of 5. This one's a 4 out of 5. I feel the same way about Twisters the way I feel about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, where like they're so close to being perfect for me if they just kissed at the end. If they made the romance a bit more focused in Twisters, 5 out of 5, easy. And then Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, if you just didn't, 5 out of 5, easy. So yeah, but they're still really great movies. I love Twister. Seen it twice now. I don't know if it's my top 10, but yeah, I think it's like number 11 or so. Long Legs though is peak. I love Long Legs. So Long Legs is probably by number 7 once I finally rank it. I haven't ranked anything since like June. So. But yeah, that's our Deadpool and Wolverine review. But as Nathan said, we liked Quiet Place. We liked Twisters. We're going to review all those movies and more next time, as Terrence Howard likes to say.
Prisoner star Terrence Howard.
Exactly. I love seeing Terrence's reaction whenever Hugh goes off. He's like genuinely scared. It's great.
He is. He's frightened.
But yeah, so we're gonna be reviewing all the movies that we've watched and TV shows as well. We haven't talked about The Boys season 4. You have not even caught up with My Adventure Superman, have you? Not at all.
I'm sorry, I'm watching your boy Gyllenhaal on Apple.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah, we can talk about Presumed Innocent. We talk about The Boys. We can bring up Acolyte again. Fucking great show.
I don't think we should. I think we had too much to talk about.
I'm kidding.
We talked about it for 8 weeks.
I know. But renew the Acolyte, guys. Put it on Twitter because it's a great show.
Absolutely.
But you guys can find me on Twitter at Harris EV9, trying to watch these Big Brother 26 live feeds. The cast is so good. The feeds are great when they're on. For some reason, especially this weekend, they've been on and off ridiculously so. Sometimes I just want to go to the Paramount lot and be like, what are you guys doing with these live feeds? Why are you guys clipping out these arguments? Like, 2 people were arguing and you cut the feed? What are you doing? This is why we watch the show. It's why we watch the live feeds.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I agree.
Logan's Dark Knight for me. I have to be in the right mood to watch it. Exactly. Yeah, I just can't turn on The Dark Knight. I really agree.
Like you're sitting down for dinner, like I put something on, Logan.
Yeah. But for some reason, I can just put on Arrival. I can just put on Blade Runner. It's weird. Denis makes the
the atmosphere is very compelling.
Yeah, true. Better than like DC, Chicago, and Dark Knight. But yeah, Harris EV9. Yeah, find my Twitter for all things Star Wars, Marvel, anime, the rest.
Nice. You follow me _Time Blazer. We're making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Hell yeah, playing not a variant and not a joke. I'm playing a serious lawyer. Serious lawyer who means business.
Yeah. Regular Bengoshi.
Bengoshi?
Yeah, that's Japanese for lawyer.
I knew that. You told me that.
Yeah. Word association.
Love it.
Yeah. I was watching this movie and I was like, is Time Blazer funny enough? It's one of the things I've gone back and forth with. Like, I'm going too obnoxious. This shit's dark. Bounce back and forth. But I think we're going to have a very beautiful journey that you guys are going to love. So that being said, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like the button, subscribe not already, ring the bell so you miss future coverage on all things movie news. That being said, hope you have a great day. May the force be with you always. That's the wrong outro. Have a good day. Peace out.